The daily grind got you living in the grey? Well, stop weeping into your tankard and throw a coin on the bar for Captain Seafloor, and he'll spin some lore for you. They call themselves Cornelia, and they were a collective of the bravest, baddest, shortest idiots that's ever come around these parts. They traveled all across Aventide and ended up sailing straight into doom itself. A place of nothing but death and terror. I know, because I've been there myself, but I can tell you it ain't no picnic. Their journey began sometime before with a mysterious invite from a stranger that took them into the Darthwood, the forest of the dead. That's when they came upon a most unsavory figure by the name of Daye, the spitting image of one of the 7 adventurers. Turns out, Daye and their friend were merely fragments of a powerful god king, Elazar the Deathless. One of 10 fragments, to be exact. This god king Elazar shattered himself along the world thousands of years ago, leaving his fragments scattered throughout the world. And shattered he lay for 1,000 years. But to hide a power like Elazar's forever? No, that would be impossible. Now, the oracles of Aventide have envisioned his return, and whispers of his ending slumber echo through the halls of fate. Unless they could collect the fragments and bring them together, who knows what destruction a shattered god could want. Well, Cornelia, you remember them, set off to make Elazar whole again. They faced monstrous clackers and hordes of undead. They felt monsters taller than an inn. And some of them even got lucky. At the gambling tables, you pervert. And now, fate leads them into the mouth of the sea and off the very edge of the known world, straight into the belly of the Crimson Madness. That's right. Dead men sometimes tell tales. Now buy me another round.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to MinusOneCharisma, Dungeons and Dragons and channel. This Monday night, we're gonna have a beautiful time playing a little D&D on our Crimson Madness arc in our Adventures in Aventide campaign, an ongoing campaign where a bunch of us we just kind of hang out, really, but also kill things.
I thought you were so ready. You were so close to saying like a bunch of us nerdy ass. I was like, nope, no.
That's probably
a bunch of us nerdy ass failed actors try to.
There you go.
Speak for yourself.
There you go. Okay, failed versus failing. That's fine. It's a
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't given up yet, so that.
Hear it.
The tense is really important.
MinusOneCharisma Studios. We like to keep each other humble. We like to keep each other grounded. We like to keep it real. And so we just jab at each other. And though it hurts, that pain we think it's a good thing, really. It's character building.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sound like you're slowly
How you doing?
breaking into tears.
You doing okay?
All right, guys. It's been a great stream.
Slowly, like,
see you
melts
guys
in his
later.
Yeah, we're okay.
You're fine.
Fine. It's okay. We don't need to worry about it.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, I guess we should just play some Dungeons and Dragons then, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do it! Yeah!
Fucking A.
After this quick break.
I guess.
After these messages.
All right, the break's over. It was pretty quick, huh?
No.
Oh man, I
That's
don't
a
get
message from our sponsor.
Yeah, turns out there were no sponsors.
Yeah,
it was just crickets.
got him
Turns out we
ever.
don't have any. Oh my
The
god.
black,
We're
the
gonna
black
take a
screen
moment
and
for
crickets.
our sponsors.
Where are the sponsors?
Hey guys, thanks for showing up. All right.
You are
Thanks for
welcome.
being here, guys.
All right.
Self-esteem is high right now. Let's go.
Yeah, feels good.
Paint a picture
Feels
where we
good over
last
here.
left
The
off.
vibe is good.
Yeah.
That giant sphere in the center of the Sunfire Archipelago, holding in the Crimson Madness, that massive 400 foot tall and wide sphere, just completely consumed densely by that Crimson Madness in the center, cracked. And a bunch of that came pouring out. And quickly, Dresden turned into a different Dresden. A crystalline Dresden who said his name was Eddard. And he said,
Stark.
You guys need to wake
Doesn't
me up
bode well.
real quick. TLDR. You guys gotta wake me up or else that's not gonna go away and bad stuff's gonna happen. And so you guys were like, all right. And you made the decision to chart the dangerous path through the Oleo Isles in almost complete darkness. You could only see a few hundred feet in front and behind the boat, and this crystalline man seemed to form a protective bubble around the boat, so you guys could barely see as this fog rolled in. And you guys charted through the Oleo archipelago, dangers, a giant, massive, multi-tentacled creature was in the deep water that you tried to avoid.
Sounds
Arms
like a nice
reached
place,
up.
though.
Arms reaching up maybe 150 feet each arm, and then smashing down into the water, creating waves 30, 40 feet high as your boat fled that giant creature and Dick Waylander, who had come after you in the dark. You guys had fled into that cave, that
I hate
dark
when
cave.
Dick
and as
Waylanders come at me in the dark.
Don't come at me, bro.
You guys went into that dark cave, and a multi-eyed, googly-eyed creature invited you to stay with him forever and play. And you guys saying, I think Jordan Peele said it best. Nope. You guys took your boat and you attempted to escape as these rays and these beams of all kinds of strange, destructive magic started erupting from him. But that was only, that wasn't before you guys had blown his giant eye in the front out and cut off a few more of his other eyes. And as they slowly started to reform and regrow right in front of your face,
That's what was
you
happening.
guys barely made it out. And you guys continued faster and faster, trying to stay away from the deep water. But unfortunately, Camp WakaWaka, or Merling Isle, was itself just a little separate from the rest of the Oleo Isles. And you know, the Oleos are those fish creatures with the very, very pointy, sharp sticks that you guys had kind of seen, like, they have some kind of saliva that they lick a stick and their saliva becomes impossibly sharp. And they
What's with
throw
you
it
and
at you.
spit stuff?
You know,
Just a theme.
it's just the
Come on,
wild,
man.
baby. It's and you guys made it. You guys made it just by the skin of your teeth. The crystalline man pulling out a crystalline rocket launcher. You fired off this big crystalline
Classic.
bolt, but it was all off, and it was going in all the different which ways, and so all of you managed to kind of focus this thing, and it smashed into this
Puck literally
giant
wrote it.
face that started coming out. This massive, massive face. This creature must be 1,000 feet long. The head itself, 50 feet in diameter. As it started to come up, you shot it right in the front of the head, and it froze the creature long enough for you to just sail by, and then you guys crash landed your ship, just beached it onto Camp WakaWaka, where you were greeted. And you noticed that Oleo Isles were completely engulfed in the Crimson Madness, but you guys made it to the Merling Isle in Camp WakaWaka, and there's a big bubble, just like your ship, on this isle. And as you made it, Eddard had asked you to please wake him up. His body had fallen asleep, and while he was sleeping, that giant crack had appeared, holding in the Crimson Madness, and you guys were greeted by a small little Merling, about a foot tall, very, very muscular for a 1 foot tall, in grass skirts and nothing else. And they would dance, and they were very rhythmic, and they communicated through small gestures and the like. And they seemed pretty friendly, as you guys reciprocated, and that is where we left off. You're on the beach, and there's about a dozen of these Merlings, all just kind of looking back and forth at each other. And every once in a while, you see someone just kind of
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while, from all different parts of the island, you just hear these
Does Taika appear threatened at all by these small muscular lings?
Taika runs over to the edge of the ship. His eyes bigger than they normally are. Hard to tell because of that big wooden mask he always wears. But Taika runs over excitedly, looking up and down, and he starts jumping up and down, looking at you, Cornelia, and then jumping up and down a whole bunch. He seems very, very excited.
Do you know these guys?
Kind of just looks at you. And then they yell, and then he yells back, and they just start kind of screaming at each other, but very good-naturedly.
Okay. And we're still on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you said, yeah.
Yeah, you guys had just beached the ship. You just had run it ashore.
Well, maybe we make the little one go first. Seems like they like him.
Sure. I'm gonna go to Dresden's body. Dresden, are you all right?
I don't know. Am I
Crystalline
me?
man?
And Dresden,
Can I
right?
kick
kind
him?
of
Oh, thank God.
yeah. And you look
Oh,
around and you see
Mate, your breath is awful.
That was an
this
inhale.
massive
That was an inhale.
bubble around
Exhale
you,
at some point.
blocking this dark red crimson madness all around you, and then this island and the ship itself is beached.
Where the hell am I? Am I laying down? Am I like prone?
Yeah, you kind of fell to the deck.
Did I hit my head? How's my face?
You know, and you have like a little rock pillow. It's like this dark crystalline pillow, and it seems to slowly be like grading and slowly turning into sand right underneath.
What's on my face? What's on my face? What's happened to me?
Hold on, let me grab that. Can I try to scoop that up?
Yeah, you just scoop it up.
Can you move
and
your
it just
head,
gets
Tristan?
finer and finer, and then
Thank
it
you for your
turns to
concern.
sand right in your hands, just like coarse, fine sand.
Like dust in
Coarse
the
and
wind.
fine sand.
Ooh, that was like all in his body. Oh gosh. Do you want some water?
Yeah.
Guys, how do you
Yeah.
feel? Your body was like something came out of you. Crystals, you're possessed.
Cool. Great.
Do you remember
Awesome.
anything?
No. Wait, do I?
No.
No.
You remember seeing this guy standing in the back of the boat, this strange man with crystals all over his body and a long, long beard that went all the way down to the ground. And the second you saw him, you kind of just blinked and woke up here.
Yeah, so weird dude blinked. Here we are. So, where the fuck are we?
Well,
I don't know. He directed us here.
yeah.
I was asleep, so someone else want to take the lead on this one?
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Seems to be
Why
an
are they?
island inhabited by Merlings, and
Why are they screaming? Can we get them to
I think-
scream
Happy
less?
to see us.
I think they're trying to tell us hello, honestly, but yeah, we're here because the body of the person who was inhabiting your body is apparently also here.
and
What?
I think they might have the key to us being able to solve this whole Crimson Madness thing.
Oh,
We
great.
have to wake him up. Maybe you should kiss him, Dresden. True love's kiss and all that.
I mean, at this point, I'll do a hell of a lot more than kiss him, but it'll get us out of here.
All
He
right.
did look- he did look rather sharp, though. And
That's the right attitude.
Not in like
Yeah.
the cool way.
Well, I have a feeling he's rather dead, possibly long dead at this point, so might not have to worry about the sharp edge as much.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
You might
So-
not kiss him.
Come on, friend.
Get off this boat, then.
Oh.
We haven't done it.
Ooh, I can hear cracks. Ooh, it's crack. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and Dresden, your body feels stiff,
Ooh.
locked
Oh
up.
boy.
This is great. You know, I just realized I don't think I'm going to survive this whole thing, am I?
No, you'll be
No,
fine.
probably not. Okay, cool. Let's. Oh, wait, we're on the
Yeah.
shore.
Dresden, roll me a d20.
Oh God. It's a 19.
Oh, 19. You guys notice as Dresden has come out of this crystalline form, his hair. Not only has it grown back, but it's kind of maybe shoulder length at this point. It's really grown back.
Your hair is beautiful.
got
Whoa! What
older.
happened?
I don't know. I fell asleep. What the hell? Am I older now? Check my back.
You don't
Is it
look older.
worse?
You don't feel any older. No. It just seems like whatever happened, not only grew your hair back, but grew it back in troves, and it's still just
my
that little
God.
wisp of red in the front.
Yeah, that's great.
What about
I
his
was
nails?
possessed by Vidal Sassoon. What?
What about your nails?
My yeah. How do my nails look? Are they
Roll a
equally
D20.
as
Roll a D20.
delightfully
The amount of
keratinized?
is
I'm afraid to ask, but
16?
I'm not afraid to ask for you.
16.
Nails are like a
Getting all
nice,
the
beautiful
the beauty rolls.
Yeah, it's like nice nails. Just
I'll
nice.
get stabbed
They
later
look-
because of them.
And his cuticles, impeccable. It's like he
I
just
mean-
went through
Wow.
a very fine spa treatment.
Yeah. No. Feel like shit. Look great. So
yeah.
there we go.
That red,
Let's
that
do
red
it.
streak is really just shining right now. It's kind of the star of your head right now. It's just Oh, don't.
Star of your
Okay,
head.
all right. Don't. Here, just
Thanks.
leave it alone.
All right.
Looks nice. All right.
And Cornelia, Taika runs up to you, grabs your hand, and jumping up and down, and he starts tugging you to
All right,
try,
I'm gonna-
try and go on
I'll
shore.
follow him. I'm gonna follow Taika, guys.
yep,
Join
yep.
quickly.
Oh, right behind you.
And
Right
you see
behind.
Taika
Right behind.
runs in between the little guardrail that keeps you all on the boat and just runs straight off and falls
Oh.
straight down off. And you see, hits the sand, jumps up, a wave comes in, knocks him over, and he goes onto shore, pops back up again.
I'll get the gangplank.
Yep.
He
Okay.
was made for this place. But it's going away.
And you see Taika just kind of looking all around, looking at the new people, and a bunch of them kind of run up to him and start dancing and making very rhythmic kind of sounds. One of them
warn
kind
him
of
he's about to get married.
walks up to Taika and goes,
Hope he doesn't get sacrificed.
And Taika just
It's either
like
that-
looks at him and
either that or
slaps them
marriage.
on the back, and then starts walking like he just doesn't understand.
Could I try to help
then-
him and like, oh,
Yeah. Are you gonna go down?
But- yeah, and try to help him dance, like move his hips or something?
You go down and you start moving his hips, and he's more just like at this point like gyrating. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Like he's trying to do a hula hoop, and you hear a laugh, like a very sweet laugh from far off, and one of the merlings with like a piece of fruit in their hair, like a it looks like a banana. It's just like in their hair as like a hairpiece or decoration or sort. Is just giggling, but hiding behind a leaf, watching Taika try and dance.
Is there any music playing while they dance? Or are they just shouting and chanting?
You start to hear something. a drum beat. Gong, 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 gong. And all of the Merlings kind of go quiet. And from way up on top of this ridge, you see a Merling appear and pose on the top of this mountain. Now, this ridge, maybe
About to get a show, I
only
think.
5 feet tall, and he's maybe 1 foot tall, but you see this big thing of fruit wrapped all around his head, and then it kind of goes up, 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 and this really tall fruit thing, and he starts to see him go. And he poses again, and everyone goes, ah.
I'm just joining in.
And he starts to walk down, and you get the sense that maybe royalty, maybe the chief around here, there's a sassy strut to his walk as his hips are like really moving back and forth as he walks down this plank. Then he takes a look at Taika, who, when you on closer examination, you look down and he's got his finger in his nose. And knock it out of him. And he looks at you, Cornelia.
Waka Waka?
He turns to everyone else.
Good.
Waka Waka! And everyone starts to scream Waka Waka from all over the island.
Waka Waka!
And
Waka Waka.
And he holds his hand out,
Waka.
and that giggling Merling with a banana in their hair creeps over slowly. And he looks at it.
Oh, Mr.
Pats it on the head. Grabs it on the shoulder. Shows you this
Banana with the peel.
This Merling, and almost presents this Merling. This Merling walks over in their grass skirt and bows really low, and then
Okay, guys, I know I just woke up, but what the fuck is going on?
I don't know, but I love it.
Dance.
and it does that for Taika, and Taika doesn't seem to understand, and it kind of looks at you, Cornelia.
I'm gonna try to dance to show him.
Okay. What does your dance sound like?
What does your dance sound like? Is that what you just
All
said?
dances.
Yeah.
All dances have very specific
Well,
sound to
Jaymes'
them.
dance
What does your
sounds
sound
like.
like?
So
Mine is like.
I'm more of like a South Bronx beatbox, you know?
Cornelia,
You start to do that?
hula.
You start to do that high-pitched sound, and what kind
Wandering
of dance are you
piccolo.
doing? What are you trying to express with your dancing?
I was mostly trying to have a Taika dance, not me.
Okay. So you show Taika that.
So I'm kind
Taika-
of like actually spinning kind of Taika around, I guess, you know? So kind of like ballroom dancing maybe, and like having him spin in a circle and I'm holding onto his hand and
Okay.
like
And he
showing
loves
him off.
spinning. And as Taika starts to spin, he just starts to spin like really fast. As fast as he can to show you how fast he can spin. Let's see how he does. Pretty good. Pretty good. He spins surprisingly fast, where you guys are like, wow, if he stops suddenly, he might give himself a concussion. And he eventually slows down and his whole world is spinning. But all of the Merlings all around start to look and nod in admiration. And you see a couple of them even try and spin, and they're not nearly as good at spinning. And the chief looks at you all and starts to cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. And he starts to walk and dance and strut forward. And all the other Merlings start to do that and usher you up the ramp.
I'm just dancing my way up.
Yep.
Okay. So Trust and Resik, you guys are like dancing, and it's almost like a conga line as they move forward.
The last time I participated in dancing, I got inadvertently married, so I'm gonna go and check the ship. We hit some rocks pretty hard, and there were tentacles. So I'm gonna make sure we can still float.
I'll help.
Yeah, I probably need help.
Captain Dresden, we will need you for this. I don't think you should leave yet.
Yeah, you say you're having a great time.
We're not leaving. We're just,
Every party needs a pooper. That's why we invited you.
Okay, you guys hang back a little bit, and when you guys go up this ramp, it's not too much farther before like there's this dense tree cover and these bushes. They kind of open up, and you see this little camp that they've made of these big leaves, just kind of like giant leaves stacked up crazily high. These structures are not sound in any way. Like a light storm could probably blow them all over, but the advantage to this is that they're a cinch to make. They're such a cinch to make. You just kind of pile them up. But one of them is much bigger than the others, and the chieftain kind of struts his way over there, and this other Merling with a banana in their hair, she kind of follows, and he sits down, and he ushers to you, Cornelia and Taika, to sit down.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
Okay.
Does Taika look worried, or is he like still having a good time?
Taika just seems
can I tell?
enamored by everything that's happening. Roll me a perception check.
Natural one.
Natural one.
Oh no.
Okay.
So,
I mean, you're dancing your way over there, so it's hard to like pay attention while you're dancing so good. And you guys kind of strut your way over there, and Cornelia, you sit down, and there's a clear spot for two people to sit. And Taika kind of sits down, looks all around, and this other banana Merling sits down. She sits down across from Taika, and the chieftain looks at you, Cornelia, deeply, and calls over, snaps his fingers, and you see a couple of these Merlings walk over to a nearby fire pit, and they start to dig, and from underneath this fire pit, they pull something out. It's this giant, charred-looking beetle, and they walk it on over. And they take these little sticks and they just start to beat the back of this beetle's shell until it cracks open. They pull it back, and there's this like greenish mucus looking meat inside. And they pull some of it, and it's steaming hot. And they pull it out, and they offer some to the chief, who takes a big bite, then offers some to you, Cornelia.
Thank you.
And it doesn't smell bad. You take a bite, and it kind of tastes like chicken. It's surprisingly good. And he seems real pleased. And he looks over to the two of them, and then looks back to you, gesturing to them. Gung, ging, ging, gung, ging, ging, gung, ging, ging, gung. And gesturing to the two of them, and you look at the one with the banana in their hair, and they seem very bashful and shy. And Taika seems completely unaware of what's happening all around him. And you kind of get the sense that this is some sort of like marriage ritual. Like a bonding of families.
I'm surprised Taika's not aware. He literally did this to us.
They go from hello to are you gonna marry me in like no time.
Can I look around?
Working on this ship.
Can I look around? Are any of them like starving, or do they all look happy? Is it a happy family?
Yeah, they look
village?
very pleased. Very like the wildlings. The Merlings look very, very happy and pleased.
Then there's nobody that's like. Can I just look at Taika? And can I guess I'm gonna give him a cloak that I have, like how he gave me his like flying cloak thing to like symbolize, I think, marriage. Isn't that what he did back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna see if he like wants a cloak back or if it makes him sad. You know, if maybe he wants to stay here. So I'm just gonna have that. I'm gonna give him that gesture. Maybe he'll understand.
Okay. So you give him a cloak, and your cloak's much too big for him. He kind of takes it, just kind of looks it over.
I'm gonna put it on him, I guess.
Oh, okay. So you put it on him. It looks kind of like a dress, because it's just like, he's like drowning in it. But he seems very pleased with it. Like looking himself over. And this cloak seems to be the funniest thing that Banana Merling has ever seen. As there's just giggling and laughing, and then Taika kind of looks over. And then looks at you. And looks back. Kind of starting to catch on a little bit. Not sure, but catching on.
Is Cornelia wearing the marriage cloak? Are you?
I always wear it.
I'm not gonna know. I just wanted to know if you're wearing it.
I am, yeah.
Okay, I
And,
just want to
it's
point
like
at it. That's all. I just want to like point at it, like get Taika's attention and be like, YTT, 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 YTT.
And he kind of looks up and looks at you, Trust, with his eyes. His eyes go wide, and you can see that behind his mask. And he stands up and goes and runs over to Cornelia and pats the cape. YTT! YTT! And starts shaking his hands. And instantly, Banana Merling jumps up, and you can see rejection and tears in their eyes, very hurt, and runs off. And you see the chieftain kind of looks to you, Cornelia. Gives you like a, what are you gonna do? Kind of like gesture.
Maybe time will tell. That's the sun going down.
I thought it was just
And you
half
see
a
some of
clock.
them start to go like.
Oh, no.
It's a new
and you see
dance.
some of them are still trying to spin
all the
in
rage.
circles. It's like they're learning all these new moves. And the chieftain kind of looks to you, Cornelia. And this frog, this largest toad with brilliant colors comes out, and it's on like a little leash, and one of them kind of pulls it over, and the frog jumps over, and the captain pulls a piece of fruit out and feeds it to the frog, who just, this tongue like a spear just grabs it and comes back in. And they kind of set it down in front of both of you. And he looks very, very pleased. What are you doing?
Are they trying to just like gift you things? I don't understand what's happening.
I don't understand either.
And he kind of hides his face, right? And you can see he's kind of peeking through his eyes. And this frog kind of sitting around, looks up at you. And the chieftain jumps out and scares this frog. And you see the frog go, and instantly you see this like weird purplish secretion come out of its body. And the chieftain grabs the frog and
There it is.
and offers it to you. And you could see his eyes, these teal-looking eyes, clear as day, start to just go a little bit red around the edges. And offers it to you. And everyone, all in the camp, starts to watch you, Cornelia.
Yeah, I'll look over you. Don't worry.
Can I get some of that, Cornelia?
Oh,
Yes.
I can't watch over both of you.
Too bad, Rezik.
Oh,
Here you go, Trust.
And
I'm the DD,
you
I
hand it
guess.
to Trust. Trust, are you taking a lick?
Yeah.
Okay, so you two lick it as Rezik's watching you.
Just a little bit, just like a.
Oh, they all died. Oh, they licked a frog. Killed half the party.
You guys lick this frog.
BBK,
and,
weird.
And your whole your vision starts to, your depth perception just starts to, and you hear something off in the distance. It's strange. And you look, and the Merlings are dancing around you. And it's almost like all that red fog off just dissolves, and the sunlight shines in through. And the sun is a bunch of different colors almost, as if waves of reds and blues and pinks. And all of a sudden, you hear this music pumping through the air, and you see these Merlings off in the distance just kind of... and the chief jumps up, his hat falls off, and just starts to dance. And you guys feel
Wait, but the
it in
thing
your
we
body.
heard off in the different distance wasn't the Merlings. It was something else that we heard.
Hard to tell. You just hear
Okay.
something like this beat. It's like your own heartbeat is a song inside your chest, and it makes you feel like moving. And you guys, your bodies just feel like on fire while this music hits through you. And you look off into the distance, and it's like the Crimson Madness is gone. And where that giant enclosure, that crystal was, that the sphere holding in all the madness that had cracked, you guys see this massive floating island with a large castle on top and these thousands of rocks floating around and spinning around this thing. It's like you can see through the fog. But it requires a lot of movement. Rezik, you just start to see Trust and Cornelia just really feeling this island. Meanwhile, Cutwise, Dresden, you guys are back on the boat. You guys see that this island has a massive peak, a mountain right in the middle. And the top of it is like kind of shaved off a little bit. This was probably an active volcano at some point. But it's like a good quarter mile straight up.
That's big.
It is.
Are they doing
Looks
drugs,
like a-
by the way?
I'm sorry, what? What about? What?
Over there. Are they doing drugs?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just dancing.
Okay. Anyway.
did-
Big Island.
It looked like they licked a frog, though.
I think they licked a frog. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's probably drugs then.
Yeah, probably. No biggie. All right. So what are we even? I mean, I passed out. What the fuck are we doing here? Levels.
Yes. Well, we've got to find the body of the crystalline man. It's somewhere on this island. I
And
don't
it's
know how
on the
we're gonna
island?
find it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he told us anyway. I mean,
Did he look
if you can
like
believe-
me? Did he not look like me? Do they all look like me? Why do they
I mean, he looked like you, but with crystals growing out of your body.
Okay, but I mean, I'm just saying, if we point to me, will they be like, look, find him? But
No,
Harper.
I don't think so. I'm not sure it's
No.
going to work like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think we just
But-
gotta start. Oh,
Considering everyone on the island's about a foot tall, and you're significantly taller than that, maybe they
Yeah,
would know
big.
where to find a,
the old
Polish-
big man fall hard. Yeah. Okay.
buried guy.
Good. No.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't want to have to try and talk to him. It's like impossible,
Yeah.
but
Communication's
But
not
okay.
so good.
we'll see if Cornelia can do it. Maybe Rezik.
Yeah.
Everyone's on drugs.
I mean,
Okay.
how else do you feel like we could find a dead body? If I slapped you, do you think you would remember?
I mean, I don't want to say maybe, but maybe.
Maybe I'll just jostle you first, and I'll just want to jostle Dresden a little bit. See if it jogs his memory. Like what direction we should be heading in.
How tall are you, Kelwise?
I'm like 3-ish feet, 3.5 feet.
Okay. So
I'm like half his height.
Kind of jostle his rib cage a little bit.
Yeah, just like grab his hips, really. Just kind of like shake his hips.
That tickles. So,
Get down here so I can jostle you.
Yeah, and you notice that there's some Merlings watching you guys. And one grabs another Merling and starts shaking their body and trying to see what it's all about. But Dresden, yeah, nothing comes to mind. Nothing, no new memories, nothing really locked away behind a jostle check.
well, I think we just get to it, hey?
No time like the present. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get off this boat. Slug or whatever. Fuck him. Watch the boat.
He can't hear you.
You are absolutely right.
Hold on. Let's go touch Eric Arati, who can then touch Slug to tell him to watch the boat.
You're on it.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, yeah.
All right, so you let her know.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes to tell
All
Slug.
this time, still just like shouting to him. Fucking can't remember the poor guy's death.
So you guys jump off the boat, and you guys walk the direction that everyone else went, and you can kind of see them off in the distance. And this frog has been like scared and licked by like 20 different Merlings, and they're all kind of just like.
Yeah, I worry
James,
way more
can
about the secondhand licking than I do about just licking at the
Yeah,
first time.
And
right? If
Rezik,
get the
you
first
see
one
them
wrong,
kind of approaching.
Agreed.
And Cornelia
By the
and
way, can I-
Trust are just kind of swaying back and forth, looking off into the ethos.
Can I collect some of this secretion that's coming off this frog? Put it in a jar.
Yeah, you can get the
Okay,
frog.
tight.
Yeah, sure.
And then I rejoin just casually. Oh, hey, I saw you over there, casually booging a little bit. You were kind of shaking your hips over at the boat. I saw you.
Yeah.
Can't hide it.
It's exactly what we're up to.
Are you dancing
music? I
to
get it.
something?
I get it.
Are you just making music up in your head? Or I don't understand.
Don't worry about it. We gotta find.
They're playing music all around us right now. We're all dancing to it. You don't hear that?
Do we
No,
hear it? We
We don't hear it, right?
They're not playing music,
Yeah.
right?
And there's a few
Yeah, buddy, they're
different
not-
rhythms. And there's
Were
a
they
few
like
different
pounding
rhythms
drums
going
and stuff
off.
before? Making noises
They
to
were
dance?
before.
Am I crazy?
Now
Okay.
everyone kind of just is like hearing their own music. But a few of the
Oh,
Merlings
now
are-
it's like
and
one of those like silent dance parties.
It's a
like,
silent disco. Yeah.
Tight,
And
tight.
you see Cornelia and Trust. They look like the last people in a bar before it closed.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay.
Can I ask though, Cornelia, about like if she's also seeing the clouds and hearing something far away? Like, is this what we've been looking for?
Roll me a
Yeah,
d20.
are we
Roll me a D20.
hallucinating? or
Okay,
is
let's
this-
see which way. Chat. I'm experimenting with different ways to roll dice because my hands are cursed. So I'm gonna do it left-handed. 18. Perception.
18. So,
Hey.
Trust, you look
You're
around.
Plus two for a dirty 20.
You
You look
Nice.
around and it's like all the things you couldn't see before become clear.
Mhm.
But on the flip side, all the things you could see before are very hard and vague. And you look around and it's hard to tell really who's a Merling, who's a Cornelia, who's a Rezik. You remember them. And you kind of start looking around, and you guys see Trust just start to sway back and forth, and then looking people in the face like a little too close, and then comes up to you,
back up,
Rezik, and
yeah.
looks the frog in the face, and then you find Cornelia after a while, as like Cornelia's just in this blur, and then you find Cornelia's face just kind of pops up into yours.
Oh, Okay, personal bubble, guys. All right.
Cornelia, can you see the floating mountain with the castle thing too? And can you hear the thing that sounds like it's far away that maybe be what we need to be looking for? Man!
Ooh, I.
We can't stop here.
Very cool. That was
This
very
is that country. Oh Lord.
Just exposition and then end it with man.
Do I, James?
Yeah, you absolutely see it. It's like
Yeah, I do.
the second you went into this state, like all the crimson madness, and you can kind of tell it's still there, but like it's like the fog is clear and you can see through. You've
Like
maybe seen
the fog
clearly
makes
for the
you-
first time.
Frog makes you see past the fog, man. I could see clearly now. Rezik.
The fog is gone. I can see clearly
We can
now.
see
The
clearly
fog is
now.
gone.
Did you say
Wow,
frog or
this-
fog?
Well,
What?
both.
Who said
It's a
that?
little hard. They're kind of slurring the words. It's a little hard to know, but I think they're saying
Yeah.
fog.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Cornelia and Trust, you guys can understand each other. To the rest of you,
There is a
Man.
castle in the sky.
Yeah.
Wow, I
It's
need to get some more of this
floating.
code stuff. Yeah. All right.
So the floating island we obviously can't get to. Is this far away sound continuously happening, or did we just hear it like one time?
it was like music was flowing into you from far away.
From
The more you
north
listen to it,
or-
you're more like, this might just be the natural sound of being alive. And it hits you where you live.
I'm going to choose to not go like crazy far. I just want to wander outside of the clump of people to see
Okay.
if this sound clarifies in a direction or if anything.
Just gonna
Trust,
follow
you
her.
start to
Designated dancer
walk
over
off,
here.
Rezik, where are
and
you
walk
going?
to the side of the camp, and there's
Stay with Kelwise.
that massive mountain that just goes up and up and up. And you guys see there's a small, what looks like winding trail, and it's very, very, very small. It kind of goes up and around and starts coming through the mountains and switchbacks up and back that heads up this thing. And there's a bunch of what look like baskets with fruit, some old, some new, at the foot of this walkway. They look almost like sacrifices or donations.
All right.
But
I
the
motion to the
music's
group.
not getting. Does it sound like it's coming from that path, or it's just kind of all around?
The sound of the music, you're pretty sure is just coming from inside yourself.
Oh, it's the sound of my heart. Okay, I make note of it to like make a song about it later.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take note of its
And
melody
the
so I
song-
can create
The
it.
song kind of sounds something like,
Oh God.
what was before. We'll just play it again as you guys see that. And what are you guys gonna do? Maybe not. Maybe we're all connected. Those thoughts, it's like the big thoughts about existentialism really start to cross your mind. And it's like one of those things where you're like, I don't have any other worries. This is a good time to think about existence and what that means. And that affects you, you put into dance, into physicality, what it means to you to be alive. And the rest of you, you see this. And it's maybe a good 45 minutes of this before.
Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna motion for
gonna
the
have
group to
to,
all start going in
yeah,
that direction of
it
where we
seems
found
like-
the thing.
Maybe
you
we should
look
go
at-
up
and
to one
We have to
path.
stay hydrated.
Trust in Cornelia, not walking well, not really going where you push them, not really responding in normal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we'll
you
just
put
carry
Cornelia
them,
on your
it's fine.
shoulder. And who are you
just
putting on your
stay tiny.
shoulders?
Should we tie
Doesn't
ourselves to
matter,
each
I'm
other
putting
again?
both on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
playing the drums on his head.
Yeah, Yeah, and they hold your hair as like a a handlebar or something, and then start hitting you on the
I
head.
want to die. I just want to die.
Be careful with the new hair. It's beautiful. Don't destroy it. Oh gosh. Okay. Well.
And as you start to walk up this
run my
mountain,
fingers through his new hair.
you see that you see a few Merlings start to walk down this pathway that you guys start walking up, and they look at you, and they look kind of just up at Cornelia and Trust, and they look at each other.
No room in the inn. No room in the inn.
They know that they're missing out right now on some sweet frog, and they both go running down the mountain to join the party.
You think this is something they do like every day, or is this
a
special people kind of thing?
I don't think this is anything to do with us.
It's 5 p.m. Get the frog out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's scare
the frog. It's 5 p.m. somewhere.
What a carefree lifestyle, though, right? It's probably so fun to live on this island.
No,
I mean, they're surrounded by literal death, so.
They're just like really jolly core heads. Don't idolize this shit.
True.
So you guys start to walk.
What?
Don't do drugs, kids.
And this path is incredibly steep at some points.
Oh man, I wish we had some primer hooves.
Almost to the point where you have to like get down on your knees and hands and kind of crawl up or climb. Very, very rocky. Kind of confusing how these Merlings, and every once in a while a Merling will come down. It seems like quite a few Merlings go up and down. And this winds around for a very, very long time. And after 45 or so minutes, Trust, you and Cornelia kind of come to, and your hair is just covered in sweat. Your skin is like, this clothing is like just glued to your skin. You guys clearly had a great time, but
Sorry, Dresden.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What was going on there? It's like you had a dance party in your head or something.
Yeah.
I think I heard the sound of existing.
Oh wow.
I think that's what your ears normally hear.
Right, well, don't you lick it, because if you lick it, the only thing you're going to hear is screams into the nothing.
I mean...
Oof. Burn. Wow.
It's actually probably just sort of factual, but yeah.
But yeah, there's like a floating island in the sky with like a castle past the fog. That was a thing I saw.
Yeah, believe us.
Yeah, believe us.
You both saw.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we believe you.
We both saw.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't just like really, really high?
No. I mean, no. But it was definitely there.
Well, it kind of checks out.
It let us see past all of this stuff up there.
Okay.
Yeah, I made everything else
Interesting.
pretty blurry, but we heard music. There's a castle.
How big is the castle?
It was big.
Was it like average?
Castle size, yeah.
Fairly,
just like, is it a castle
large.
for ants? Is it?
No, you guys can see it, and you guys know that the sphere itself was many, many miles off, and so the fact that you could even see it, this kind of fortress on top of this floating island, and then there was this two massive spires that kind of came out ominously from either side.
So an ominous castle.
Yeah, it was ominous and large.
Have any sense about how you would get to a castle in the sky, though?
Bird? Big bird?
Yeah, do we see anything else now that we're conscious? Like,
now that you kind of come to, you kind of blink, and all that red fog surrounds you.
Can we kind of like point to where it was when we did see it, like the area it was in?
And absolutely, yeah. And you would know kind of that it's like that floating island is like kind of right in the middle of that massive sphere where all the Crimson Madness was contained.
how many feet away or in the sky was it? Did you?
maybe
Like thousands or
thousands of feet in the air. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
great.
very, very, very high.
It just took away the red mist. It like took away all this nasty red mist when. That's all.
yeah, maybe you should try licking it, Rezik.
Yes,
No,
we'll
just
maybe
temporary.
try that later when we're not looking for a sleeping god.
Pretty sure it helped me find a path to it, though. And I look down at the path we're on. So,
I mean, you're not wrong, but we haven't found the thing yet. So watch out for one of those frogs. We'll catch it.
Yeah. Or any freshly piled dirt, because we are looking for a dead body, I'm presuming. Presuming it's a dead body.
He's dead? We know this?
Oh, he
I
said
thought
he
we
was
had to wake him up.
sleeping, I think. So
Did he
mean,
say sleep or did he say sleeping? Did he do the thing?
I heard sleeping.
But if we have to, we can't wake up a dead guy. We can wake up a sleeping guy. Waking up a
These are
dead guy
facts.
seems like an impossible task.
Maybe you can do it.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I make people dead. I don't bring people back.
Well, if you could do it one way, you could do it the other way.
Yeah, makes sense.
well, your
Well,
mom was
I
able to tap
wasn't
into that kind of
awake.
stuff, possibly. So maybe you can too.
Well, I wasn't awake in Hojo, so I didn't get to learn anything about my magic. So I'm still in the dark, and I'm still reading through that massive journal.
Yeah, we got you a pamphlet. Read your pamphlet more often.
Alright. Do we
It's
see anything?
like
I'm
a
still walking.
6-inch thick diary. Why are you calling it a pamphlet?
Well, where
You're
he's
right,
from,
lot
that's a
more
pamphlet.
than a
I
pamphlet.
throw a
Yeah.
rock at him.
Ow!
So
All
they
right.
bicker and
Where
rocks
did you
start
find a
getting
rock
thrown.
up there?
And the
Just grab
trail,
one off the side of the mountain. we're climbing.
the trail becomes incredibly narrow and steep at some of these points where there's sometimes 70, 80 foot drops straight down as you kind of have to kind of hug the mountain and sketch yourself around.
Rizzy, get that
Um,
feather fall ready.
And maybe an hour or two of hiking straight uphill, and your legs are burning. Those of you who are walking, your legs are just burning because you're going straight uphill. You guys finally come around and facing north towards where that massive castle was. A giant cave opening opens up, and it's you're taking this trail and you kind of steer straight into this massive cave structure that doesn't look normal. It looks kind of like it was bored out of this hill, and there's crystals all around you, and right in the middle, this
Can we
big
stay?
lumping yellow crystalline structure just kind of huddled in the middle, and you see a couple merlings bowing up and down and up and down very reverently.
I mean, I think this might be it.
I think this
Yeah,
might
this
be
is
it, but
probably it. Yeah.
I would feel really bad if this looks like a shrine. I mean, I don't.
That's fine. I wouldn't worry about him.
Well,
We'll give him a
I
toad.
think they might worry about it. They're
Well,
worshiping it.
If he's their god, he told us to come
And
here
we
and wake
bring
him
them
up.
back
So
to life. They're probably pretty excited about it.
Maybe.
Can you guys distract? How many are there? Two of them. Just distract.
There's
those
two of
guys.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
Cornelia,
Hey,
what if we start dancing around again so that
There's
they realize
frogs.
they're missing out on frog?
Yeah. That looks like it's doing
Trust
it.
and Cornelia, both you guys roll me a performance check as you guys are doing.
Look over here.
Walk over here.
I open my robe and I show them the little bit of. I have a few jars of the toad
Just
extract.
start miming licking things.
16.
16.
26.
A 26. So you guys start dancing, and it's not long before they see you dancing. Eyes go wide, and they run over and just start joining you guys for the dance.
Okay, we're distracting them. Someone look
I'm gonna
around.
do the lick
Yeah.
motion and do the arrow toward
No,
camp.
Yeah. Keep it up. Keep dancing. Start fucking looking.
You walk over to this and you see inside this massive crystalline structure, a very, very old man sitting, his body kind of contorted and distorted by this crystal, and you see thousands of different layers of crystal that was built, and then more crystal had been built onto him, and his body is hunched over, and when you look really close, this massive crystal around him, it's almost pulsing, as if it was breathing in and breathing out.
Reza, can we touch that? Is that safe to touch? I knock on it. Assuming that's the noise it makes. Hey, Ed, wake up. Ed.
You knock
Eddie,
on
hey.
this, and you see inside this old man, his head kind of moves towards the noise, and then slumps back down.
Nope, wait. Hey, we got Frog.
Maybe talk louder?
And these old eyes kind of blink a few times
He likes the frog.
and look up to you.
Remember me? You were in me.
He squints and looks at you. Oh! And he kind of... You guys start to feel the whole cave and start to shake as this crystalline man starts to stand in this massive crystal structure is a part of his body. It emanates from inside him as he just kind of starts to move and slowly stand up. And both of the Merlings that were dancing look up, and both of them start to run off.
It's amazing. They keep it up even when they run away. Yeah, it's amazing.
As he just starts to slowly stand up, and you see the perfect visage of a very, very old man, even though he's got these giant crystals that make up his nearly 9-10 foot body, still hunched over, weakly, small. He just kind of stands up and looks at you. Oh, do you talk?
Do we talk? Yeah, I've been talking to you.
Oh.
Hey. All right.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
I've been here for 1,000 years.
1,000 years, surrounded by those.
1,000 years. Yes.
You know, couldn't teach him to talk that whole time.
Merlings.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been awful.
Yeah, I can tell that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't.
You know,
That
I
sounds.
escaped once. One
You
time
escaped- Wait,
I got away.
Pause. Hold that thought. Are you being held captive by them?
No, you see, I
Okay.
just fall asleep.
Oh.
Get me back up here. It must
Oh, we can
be
carry you out of here. Wait, no, we can't. You're
incredible
huge.
amount of work for them. I don't
Yeah.
know
No, they
why
like
they
you.
do it.
I think it might be because you're shiny. I think you probably look cool.
What's that?
Oh, it's just a book we read once. Don't worry. I think they keep carrying you up here because you look cool when they're high. So, have you thought about not?
Oh, he's like a disco
shiny?
ball.
Yeah.
Makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
Yeah, it's like a magic eye poster.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You
Wait a minute. What?
What are you doing here?
Oh, hey, he recognized
for you.
me. He recognized me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Why are you
See
not
him
guarding
around.
your seraphim?
I'm sorry.
Why are you not
guarding your seraphim.
Oh, I think he thinks that you're the other guy.
I'm not that guy. I'm a piece of that guy. That guy's like me, but a different guy.
That guy split into like a bunch of different pieces, and he's a piece of that guy,
Yeah,
but he's not
lot
the
can
full
happen
guy.
in 1,000 years. Just a bit of him. The worst part of him. I'm like his armpit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Elazar's taint.
We all agreed to come here to guard from the seraphim, did we not?
And you guys look at this old man inside this crystal.
Oh man, we're gonna have to break it to him, aren't we?
And it really kind of comes to this man is the spitting image of Dresden. Just 40 years his senior.
Still handsome.
Same eyes.
Don't do me that bad. Don't do it. Like, give
Is
me
he
50
still
or
encased
60.
in crystal?
He is the crystal.
He's
right?
pretty much, the crystal kind of just comes
Said there was an
out
old
of him
man
all
in the
different
crystal.
ways.
Well, I think he's sort of like
tree-sided.
He's like a tree beard motherfucker.
Yeah.
Made out of crystal. Is that what it is?
Yeah, similar to that. It's just the crystal like accentuates his form everywhere he goes. It's just like almost like a suit of armor.
Yeah.
Can you do the thing where he goes in your head and with the other ones?
Oh.
What? Why
We
would
got
I
room
do
up there?
that? Oh,
Well,
you've got the crown.
there you have it. Yeah. Yep. Invisible
You've
crown
got
except
the
to you.
others. Who's protecting us from?
Well, that's
No
the thing.
one.
No one. Yeah, kind of. So we're getting together. We're putting the band back together, and we're gonna go. We're gonna make ourselves an Elazar, but with only the good parts. That I guess I'm choosing. You look like a nice guy. You want to get in my head?
Oh, that seems unwise, considering I've. Oh my gosh! I've fallen asleep.
And he holds his hands up. And you start to see his hands glow with this bright golden light. He's doing something from far away, and his hands stay like that for 15,
What's happening?
20,
Eddie.
30 minutes where he just doesn't move
Eddie?
at all.
I want to play like
Eddie.
music.
Justin doesn't like this. Eddie.
Trying to wake
wake
him
up.
up.
And he kind of and he just kind of like,
Oh, you're back. He's back.
No.
We're good. We're good.
There was
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Was a crack in the barrier.
There's like 1,000 cracks.
Wait, so you're
I
wait,
fixed him.
you're making the med mist?
He's fixing them. Are you making the
Well,
Chrisman?
There's that barrier keeping the Crimson Madness, and he just it had a crack in it, and he just fixed it right now.
Didn't it have a lot of cracks in it? Or am I? I was.
I
Yeah,
think
that's why
it
the
had
madness
one.
got out.
I was possessed. With just the one? DM?
There was some small cracks I fixed, but there was one large one.
Okay.
Causing all of
All right.
this.
So
Do
are you
you know-
saying that if you go into my head, no one's gonna fix that? Everyone's gonna get Crimson Madness. Is that what you're saying?
How do we stop the Crimson Madness? Where did it come from?
Well,
Yeah, what
you
is
have
it?
to stop Frag first.
Fragfur?
Frag.
Frag.
Right? Frank?
Frag.
Frag. I think he's saying frag.
Frog.
Frag.
Frog.
They have the
Oh,
frog
that's-
downstairs.
Frog. The
That's
frog. Give
close
me the frog.
enough. Oh,
Aw,
God.
man. Don't
Look,
stop the frog.
I am control, but he is influence. You must stop him first. Or else.
Okay, where is he?
Yeah, isn't he like in the madness? And
Is he in there?
We'll gladly
He's
stop
in
him.
his
We don't like
castle.
him.
Castle.
Okay,
Oh.
he's in the castle. He's in
We
the castle.
told you we saw the castle. How do we get there?
True. How did we get there?
Well, you'll need a ship.
In the sky?
That can
Like a-
fly.
That's one.
Like a flying ship?
Well, yes, of course.
Where do you get a flying ship?
Your
You got
ship
one lying
cannot
around?
fly.
Most.
No.
I've never seen a flying ship.
I don't think any really can.
listen, the other day someone told me they were going to make a ship out of metal, and that sounded preposterous, and this is
Huh.
equally preposterous.
Oh,
See?
a ship
Laughable.
made of metal. Oh,
Wouldn't
what a
couldn't
waste!
possibly
What a
float.
waste of raw materials!
That's what I've been saying.
No, you just need a...
A little bit
Don't
of
fall asleep.
yes.
Don't fall asleep.
A flying ship. A flying
Right.
ship. Well,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Us.
not you, but us.
Me.
Us
Them.
made one many years ago.
Thousands
And
of
it's-
years.
Thousands ago.
You
And it's
just need
here?
A horn. A horn from... I don't know what they call them these days, but we called him the Okee KaNuka.
Which
What did he
translates
look like?
roughly to
Oh, they're very large creatures. And don't
Oh,
worry,
no.
you take the horn and it grows back. You're
I'm not
doing
worried
them
about the
a
Okee KaNuka. I'm
favor.
worried about finding the Okee KaNuka. Okee KaNuka.
Oh, they're all over the place.
What do they look like?
You need to find the
Bigger than a bread box.
Okee KaNuka. There are small ones, but that won't do for your ship. You need a very large horn. And
And-
maybe someone who knows how to fix these kinds of things.
Well, we know a good shipwright who's kind of bored and in a loveless marriage.
yeah.
Oh,
He's the
there
one
you
for
go.
sure.
Oh, I wouldn't say loveless.
Bring him the Okee KaNuka horn.
Okay, that just one thing. What does it look like? Big,
Well-
small, kind of 4 legs, 6 legs, 12 legs, 118.
Maybe,
Tentacles.
maybe 400-500 feet long, and they fly through the air. They're incredibly dangerous. But you know how we used to catch them? We would take a harpoon, and we would shoot it in, attach on, climb up,
Mm-hmm.
and then take the horn. Of course, you have to be careful not to fall off.
Right.
What
You need
if?
to crack the horn with what?
Well, I was just going to ask, what if in the last 1,000 years those have gone extinct? What then?
I don't think. I
Good
don't
luck.
think there's the endangered species list in Aventide.
I haven't seen him flying around.
I
Yeah,
haven't,
I-
I haven't
plenty of
seen
Hundreds of feet long. I
I
feel like
think
we
you-
would notice.
see a giant creature flying through the sky.
Well,
I mean,
they
I didn't see the
sleep-
castle, so.
They sleep for many hundreds of years sometimes.
Okay, how do you wake it
Any
up?
how longs?
Oh, they're very proud creatures.
Do you just
Uh,
insult them?
I used to insult them, yes.
What if we
Speak
just
to
catch
them.
him
We are
while
related.
he's sleeping? What if
We
we
are
catch
Kill
him
related.
while
their
he's sleeping?
family.
Oh no.
What is it? It's an
Yeah,
Okee
family.
KaNuka?
The
Do
Okee
they sleep in
KaNuka.
the sky? They sleep in
Okee
the sky.
KaNuka
as
says
well?
what?
We're inside a cave.
Yeah, I don't know. This is acting like a megaphone.
And you guys
So
start
you
to
cut
look
him
out.
off right before he said that you just need to use something to cut the horn off. What was it? What were you gonna say?
Cracked
and,
it with
and he starts to get distracted. Rezik, as you say
Okay.
that, he looks out, and you guys notice the fog itself is slowly starting to dissipate. Very, very slowly, but it's slowly moving downward.
Oh, what did you say, young man?
You need to use what to cut off the horn?
Oh, that's a nice scarf you have. It looks very soft.
How do you cut
Thank
off the
you.
horn?
The horn.
The horn? Yes, you'll need a horn. Of course.
And you crack it open with a. Your turn.
Oh, yes. You'll need. Well, you're in luck. Here.
And he walks over to where he was sitting, and underneath him, you see this big, large chest of sorts. It's old, it's dilapidated, but he opens it up, and he pulls out this massive shield, this bronze shield with an engraving of what looks like a bell, and then a mace, this massive mace, flanged on the side.
This is Gongor and Mallet.
Gongor and Mallet.
Yes, good friends of mine.
And
Dresden.
he holds them up, and he's got
The
these
two-
hands
okay,
that
two
are
things.
humongous, so they fit someone who's 9-10 feet tall.
Oh,
even
big dressing
large for him.
time!
Yeah.
But the mallet is it's huge. It's like you'd have to hug it. It makes the Herniax look like a child's toy.
Is it bigger than I would be able to ever use, even if Rezik made me big?
We can
Now,
use
he
that
walks over to
strong
you.
glove we have, right?
And he hands it to you, Dresden, and you can hold it up.
Oh,
But man, it is not something you could probably swing proficiently without some kind of aid.
You are a strong old man.
Try the glove.
What glove?
The strong glove that Cornelia.
Strong
I'll
glove?
pull it out of my mouth.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, God. Oh, it's so shocking when you do that. Why is it dripping? Did you put it in the right one?
I think so. It's hard to tell.
Does it fit?
You put
Is
on
it
the glove,
right-handed or left-handed?
and you know what? It's got 2 thumb holes, so you can be
it's
left
weird.
or right hand. And when you put it on, the other one sews itself up.
It's also weird.
And you hold
All
this
right.
thing, and you still have to 2-hand this thing, but you can kind of swing it a little easier. It feels lighter. It's still heavy. It would still require you to just kind of like, and then he kind of walks over to you guys, the rest of you, and this massive copper shield puts it down in front of you.
No, be careful with this, because very dangerous. Gongor is very loud, so be careful.
Rancor is loud. They're loud.
The shield is loud?
I
Yeah.
think it's a gong, friends.
Oh.
You said it was a shield.
I think it's both.
So when you hit it, what happens? You wake it up?
Well, it sends a giant shockwave that can crack stone.
Oh, and that's what cracks the horn.
Yes, I've
And
sent
then
a
we make
few
a-
friends flying off the Okee KaNuka. Good thing
then
they
we
could
make-
fly, but they would have cracked their faces off.
And we make a boat out of the horn?
Well, you would need a talented shipwright to install
Oh, we
the
got
horn
one of those.
correctly.
Oh, you
Yeah.
install it
Boat.
into a ship. Onto a... Okay.
Yeah. And then you could reach
Sky's the limit.
Frank. Although I would need to go on a boat with you. to
Oh, yeah,
install
man.
the
Why?
Queen's
No, we're not leaving you.
Madness.
We're not leaving you here with these
Yeah, we'd love
guys
to have
bowing
you.
at you, licking
you-
frogs and looking at you all funny face. No.
Make it
You
there
can come.
slowly. But if you do go to Frank's castle, I'll need to shield you from the madness. Although
Sounds great.
he does have an army of
Oh.
devil creatures.
Oh, we've
Good.
met them.
You might need to bring an army of your own,
We don't really have one of those.
or at least a sizable force.
Could
Maybe
we
can rally
make
the
the
people in
Oleos
Eddard.
work for us with music or no?
No.
Oh,
The
just-
Oleos.
I mean,
What?
Yeah,
The ones with
the
pointy
druggies.
No, those are
no,
the
no, those are the
Merlins.
werewolves.
Wait, then what the hell are the Oleos?
The pointy stick ones. the
Yeah,
evil ones.
you
Fish-
were
fish-
I was
possessed
possessed.
for that.
Yeah, good point.
You can bring
They're
the
the
Oleos
ones that have the sharp sticks.
if you feel
Okay.
confident in your playing abilities. That could work.
Pretty good.
But you probably want some people also with more tactical
Maybe-
control and wherewithal.
So, if we get rid of him, it gets rid of the madness, and then we can all go back to the other dimension. We can get through.
Well, if
Well,
we,
we
could
can fly. We don't have to
we could
go
fly.
against the current. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I was gonna say we could get the people's help by saying we can get them back home, but I don't
Yeah.
know if that's true.
I
We're gonna need a lot of horns.
feel like every one of these dimensions have closed after we left, so I think they're gonna end up out anyways. Kind of like how
Oh.
Hojo was. But we should
Uh,
talk to
That is the
the
thing that happened.
Yeah.
Well, Hojo, if you remember, Hojo had returned
only
to
Hojo.
Aventide. Once both aspects of Elazar had been returned to the crown, Hojo had reappeared back in the Labyrinth.
Got
And
it.
so it had rejoined Aventide.
Ah.
The same thing didn't happen in Gottheim and Blutheim because most likely
Left one alive.
Daye is still there. You never collected him.
Okay. Got it.
So just to clarify, DM, then, so if we do take both of these, what are they called again? Pieces of Elazar with us, this dimension will close off and
Rejoin where it came from.
rejoin.
Possibly. That's what happened last time.
Okay. All right. So yeah, definitely let people know for sure that will happen.
I mean, I think that they'd be ready to fight with us. They're tired of Dick Waylander coming around. So
And no one wants
Sure.
the Crimson Madness. We can stop the Crimson Madness if you help us defeat this guy. I think it sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
It's cause to rally around.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to hope that a significant amount of people actually want to leave this place. I mean, it was my thought that this
Well,
was sort of a refuge or a refuge for people who were sort of outcast and abandoned.
well, then let's
Yeah,
just tell
because-
them if they help, it'll end the Crimson Madness. We don't know what will actually
Yeah.
happen otherwise, but we know it'll end the Crimson
fair.
Madness.
That is true.
And no one wants that.
So, Eddie,
I look at
do you need to come with us now?
It'd probably be good.
You know, it'll take me quite a while to get down this hill.
Okay. So you want to start?
Go get your flying ship.
All right. You start.
Come back and pick me up, and I will try not to get carried back up the hill while I'm
All
sleeping.
right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, for the
You don't have
meantime,
any coffee for this guy or anything?
Have you seen, perchance, a small creature with a hood on and a large
Hooded.
crescent blade?
Like a little Grim
No.
Reaper?
Can't say that I have.
Yes.
Does that sound like Hoaxus?
sounds like Hoaxus.
No, I have given
DM.
him
Sorry,
Given
DM.
him
Does it
to
sound like
my-
Hoaxus?
to my friend. I gave him to a friend Seafloor. Have you met Seafloor?
Oh, we met Seafloor.
But he did not have a creature with. No,
No.
didn't have that with him.
Oh, this creature inside of him.
Oh.
Oh,
You see, after he sank my favorite ship, he was the only survivor because he fused with this seraphim.
Oh, so he can't die.
He cannot. Well, I have not found a way for him to die.
Good to know.
So that
Yeah,
shithead
that's
is still
fine.
out there?
He has my seraphim. I wanted to make sure it was not causing any unwanted destruction.
If he did die, what would happen to your seraphim?
I don't know. I don't know. I was supposed to watch over him, but the seraphim and I became terribly good friends. Very nice creature. Unlike Frag seraphim, he is an asshole.
That's fair.
At the lizard, the fire-breathing
lizard?
lizard.
Yes, you've met. You've met him. Look at you.
Yeah.
You little one. And he points to you, Kilwaz. You have even been burned by him.
yeah.
Wounds cannot be healed normally. Only through magical means can you restore.
Well,
That's
he's got one.
bad.
He's got one too,
What?
right? Hellwise?
Oh, you've
Who's he?
merged.
You've got a seraphim in you.
Oh, I do. I do. I don't know if it's the one you're referring to, but I do have a seraphim actually inside me.
Oh. And he kind of just looks at all of you.
I guess the time has come. The time we have always feared. We knew the breaking would not work forever. It's time to wake up, I suppose.
I mean, all of us knew that, but yeah.
What were you trying to accomplish with the breaking? Just curious.
The Seraphim. Have you seen them? On the edge of the cosmos, clawing to get in. Clawing to create chaos, destruction. Uncontained, unbound by the source heart.
Every seraphim we've come across has seemed really nice and rather innocent, so I'm a little confused. I haven't seen any.
Oh, they are the first. They were the forerunners. Sent here to lower our guard. Seraphim are not good or evil, they are just chaos. They break things. They fix things, but all out.
Sounds like people,
of the source
really.
heart. Yes, but people return. The Seraphim could break the source heart forever. They could destroy it. The cycle of life here on Aventide could be severed. This is what they're capable of.
But do they want to?
Trying to do it, but they could. Who knows what they want? And they're out there.
And he waves his hand, and this sunny sky that's starting to come out of the fog vanishes. And you see that black, like a layer of silk in the sky. And very similar to that device you had found underground at that restaurant, you see millions of creatures pushing against this black boundary. Some massive, some very, very tiny, but just thousands of them testing and pushing in. Their faces like almost oil coming through and then being pushed back.
And if we put Elazar back together, then he'll be able to stop this?
Well, he created this by breaking himself. Each of us is holding it, I suppose. He could form a new pact. Not sure. This was the only answer we could find. Maybe you could find a more permanent solution.
So if we put him back together, the barrier would disappear because the barrier only exists because he broke apart?
I do not know.
Right.
This is something we did in desperation. We did not have time. They were coming. Pandorus had found the location of Aventide, and he brought the Seraphim. You see, you look puzzled.
Yeah,
It's just very existential, really.
Yeah, it's like there's these creatures and they could do something, but they might not. But you protected against them, even though you didn't know if they would ever do that, and you broke apart to save it. But now we have to put it back together to save it, and it's just weird.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, you had all the time and knowledge in the universe, and this was the best idea that you could come up with. And now, look around at us. We're sort of being asked to do the same thing or make the same decisions, and I don't know if we're any more equipped than you were.
We literally travel with half Seraphim, and we really like them. So, like, I just don't understand why they're so bad, I guess.
Yeah.
We're a little biased.
Mine lets me breathe underwater.
What if Pop saves the world?
Pup could bring balance. They are both. So, maybe.
I don't know. They're good or evil, bad or good. I don't think those things really exist. All I know is we wanted to protect Aventide from something we thought could destroy it. And so this is all we could do.
And we appreciate
like
that.
it's
You might
being
have to make
destroyed.
the same decision that we did someday. And when the time comes, I hope you make the correct one.
Me too.
Whatever that is.
Do we know why Pandora's sent all the seraphim? Like, what was his end?
Pandarus is the god of chaos and the brother, I guess, to Mayan. So he wanted to come here where Mayan created a whole world and wreak chaos.
That's it.
Makes sense.
I like chaos.
Family troubles, really.
No, me. Just me.
Pandarus is not.
I think it's
Pandarus is not a he or
I
a
like to mix
her
things
or
up,
an
too.
it. Pandarus is
Yeah.
chaos. You must understand.
No, Pup is chaos.
Well, that
You
makes
met them?
sense.
yeah.
If chaos sent the seraphim and the seraphim are here to cause chaos, then that's exactly what Pup does.
No, I know. I'm just saying, if I meet Pandarus, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be hard for me for them to beat Pup's level of chaos, in my opinion.
Pup is half
is
not
like-
seraphim, so Pup is like a watered down seraphim. Although the two inside of these two didn't seem very.
They both
chaotic.
seem nice. They both seem very friendly.
Very
They're like
pleasant.
lings.
Don't even really
What
notice that they're
about-
there most days.
A lot to think about.
Well, we have a whole thing to do now. Collect a giant horn from a giant creature and try to make a whole army. So
You gotta start walking.
Yeah, and I hate to be this guy, but can you break off any parts of your body to lend to us to protect us from the madness while we go?
Yeah, because
You seem to be
helped us.
Like
also,
necklace
is there a
size?
cure? Is there a cure to the
That
madness,
too.
possibly? Because that would be great.
Cure?
Assume if we kill him, it.
Didn't like
Afraid
that answer.
not.
Oh boy.
Afraid not.
Okay.
When Sfrag has his clutches inside you, there is nothing short of, well, removing him completely.
Which is what we intend to do. So
I can
let's
block him,
go.
but unfortunately,
Oh, so there is a cure. That was you. All right. Well.
it was just
Okay.
a roundabout way of saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, lots to do on the docket, so we should get going, I think.
And you guys
right?
notice this entire time that you've been talking, he has been slowly moving to walk down the
Oh
hill.
God.
He just moves.
Oh God, he did move
incredibly
slightly.
slow.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so did you say we could have some crystals to protect us? I know about the cure thing's a no-go, but the crystals, maybe?
Yeah, could you just lend us an arm or just like a finger or two?
Well,
Can we
Maybe?
each have like a
this
little
whole
piece?
cave is full of crystals, and you want to take one from my arm?
Oh, no!
well, I mean,
no,
we could.
no,
I just
we're
don't know.
asking if
I'm running in
we
the
can
cave right
have
now.
one
Going.
from your
I'm already
cave.
there.
We're just
You're the
asking
hope
permission
for
before
all
taking.
Our planet. You. Gosh, times have changed, haven't they?
And that is where we're gonna go on our first break.
All right. Well, we're fixing your mess, so don't get all right.
We're gonna go on a quick break. We're gonna go a quick bathroom break, and when we come back, we're gonna play more D&D. So, don't go.
D&D.
Don't go away.
Taking every crystal out of
some-
this cave, every single one.
I already got him. Sorry.
Get some
Good night,
popcorn.
necklaces. Amulets.
Seems like-
Oh yeah,
Stuff.
necklaces. Yes.
Um,
Nice. Yep.
Hold on. Everything's broken.
Everything is broken. How can you stream with technology? Everything is broken, and it's killing me.
There we go. All right, we're gonna go on a
Nice.
quick break. When we come back, we'll play more D&D. Don't go away. Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hey.
We were just talking about gym memberships, Pelotons, and Jason.
Swole.
All three.
Super
All
swole.
three. Guaranteed to lose your weight, except for one. That has like the worst sweet tooth of anyone I've ever seen.
What about binging snacks?
Show the crowd this cookie. He has a.
It's nearly gone now. It was
He's got
glorious when I started eating it.
Another one
Cookie
right there.
sandwich with
hold on.
cookie dough as the interior of the sandwich.
It's true. That's
You know those,
exactly what it is.
Those ice cream sandwiches with the cookies on top and bottom. It's just that, but like extra cookies. Oh my
Gaze
god!
upon the cookie in despair.
Ooh, it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Oh, that looks good.
That was
Oh,
my
man.
best, like Adam Sandler. I don't know, from like.
So we're gonna be
the 90s.
crashing
looks
in about
good.
20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
That looks yummy.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good,
just-
Bobby.
Sugar
Crash.
crash.
All right. Composure. Let's get serious.
Let's get serious with this music.
You guys make it down the mountain.
Wait, did we take all the crystals
carrying-
first?
You guys get some crystals. As many crystals as you'd
Yes.
like, but you also so Dresden has Mallet. But there's also the matter of who's gonna carry Gongor.
Yeah, and I imagine that's like everyone else probably equally pitching in to
group
try to carry it.
Okay, all of you guys roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Left hand roll, let's go!
So Dresden has the glove for one thing, and then we're all carrying the other thing. Is that what's
Mhm.
happening?
Apparently.
Yes.
Please don't make
right.
me take 2 trips.
Can
What?
Dresden also carry me while I'm carrying this?
11.
10.
11, 10,
13.
13.
Why am I? How am I the strongest one right now?
14. 14.
14.
So 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah.
Dresden, you make it all the way back to the boat.
Oh,
Because you're not
wait,
going to wait for
wait.
them.
Wait. It's downhill. Can we flip it over and slide down it?
Well, as you
Oh,
remember,
God, yeah.
lots of the places on this cliff were like very, very narrow.
Oh, yeah, Dresden,
Oh.
can you magic that?
I don't,
No?
I don't
Okay.
think I know how to.
What if we
I'll
jump
put it
off
on
with
the
it while,
ship. I'll
while
come back.
Rezik does feather
I'll take
fall
2
as we all
trips.
jump off with it?
Just do 2 trips. Don't break it. Coming back.
So Dresden, you make it back to the boat fairly quickly. You're going downhill now. A little hard on the knees going down.
It's always hard on the knees.
But you make it back to the boat, and are you gonna go back up to help with Gongor, or are you
Yeah.
gonna wait for them?
Is Steve on the boat? I just shout, Steve! And I throw the thing at him. I
Oh,
hope I
God.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's too big. I put it on the boat.
God.
You put it on the boat. You fake out Steve, and Steve legitimately is concerned that you're actually gonna throw it.
That's fair. That's fair. But fool me once.
And you put it on the
yeah,
boat,
I'll
and the
head
boat
back
kind
up.
of shakes a little bit as you put it down because a Gongor or mallet is large and heavy.
No. It's empty.
And you start heading back up. You meet them. They have not gotten very far at all.
What have you been doing?
These guys aren't helping me at all.
Have you seen the crevasses?
We're really,
Yeah.
we're really small. Look at what we're
Yeah, but there's a lot of you.
strong.
Yeah, it's
Rizik,
not really
what are you
well
doing?
balanced.
What's your
It's not-
excuse?
It's
It's
an
not balanced
awkward.
height-wise.
How heavy is
can't
it?
get
Can
a
I
good...
pick it up
With
with one arm?
the glove, you can yeah, you
That-
can.
Yeah, I just pick it up. All right, let go. I shake him off. I'm like, get off.
Oh,
Thank you.
Knock it off.
Cornelia is just hanging from it.
All right, let's go. And I look back over my shoulder. I don't know how far we are from the guy. And you keep moving.
Yeah, and he's maybe made it 20 feet.
All right, good progress.
You only napped twice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh.
Just a word of warning before.
Oh, okay.
I take a rock and I throw it at him.
Yeah, it just kind of
I mean, he is a rock, so...
falls
Yeah, I
back to
know,
sleep. And Dresden, man, as you guys watch Dresden walk down, His quadriceps are just bulging. Those quads. Damn,
Button it
he's
up,
walking
baby.
back up this mountain for a man Dresden's age. Those pants can't contain those quads. It's kind of impressive.
Next time, put the armor back
Trust
on, huh?
forgets who she's looking at for like 0.6 seconds.
Always love watching you walk away.
Yeah, I know, Red. You've told me
Your
many
pants are
times.
Too small.
It's
Renee,
just my
get off
ass
the
is
shield.
too big.
It's an ancient
Seriously, I'll
shield.
get off the shield.
Yeah. And Dresden just does like little lunges the whole way back down just with the shield. No, so you guys all managed to
Oh,
make
it
it
burns.
back down to the bottom. Cornelia, roll me a perception check.
12.
12.
Nice.
Who else would have?
How can
My
I
passive-
reveal this information?
Also roll me a
Perception
perception
is
check.
higher.
No. No. Okay.
It's-
You guys,
yeah, no.
you guys get to the bottom of the hill, and Taika comes running up to you, Cornelia, very happy and excited. And he waves
Hi.
and runs over, and grabs your arm, and then starts walking happily back towards the boat. Well, your wrist, really, because he's pretty short.
All right, I'm gonna follow him.
And he just walks back to the boat,
Does he look weird?
jumps aboard.
Does he smell
No.
different?
Doesn't smell different.
He looks happy to see you.
Yeah, that's typical.
Yeah, but he looks maybe a little happier to see you. I mean,
Well, he's probably happy he wasn't just married off.
We did just abandon him to a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
they don't look that bad.
He makes
Yeah,
friends
he's like-
fast.
Yeah, they're like the same height. It's sure they get along.
I'm
By
just
the way,
saying,
crew-
That's why he'd be happy to see her.
By the way, crew, before we leave, we did get that job from that very nice cat woman captain back in the town, Braid. She said that there was a young man, Toddington, that was missing that might be in this area, and to try to find and bring him back to Edward's End. Should we try to locate him here, or where?
A human?
Toddington.
Poddington.
Well, we tried our best.
Toddington.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about that.
I cast thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times as loud. And go,
Okay.
And everyone on the island kind of like,
I'm
Never
sure you
gets
heard it.
easier on the ears.
Do we
and you
see
hear
any
in
signs of
response
a human?
from far off.
Oh, he's right over there.
Did the Waka Waka sound like one of these guys, or sound like a human doing a Waka Waka voice, or Waka Waka
It
sound?
sounded like one of the Merlings.
Okay.
As far as you know.
Do we see any of their homes? Is there like one that's larger than the others, or do we see any huts or?
The only homes you saw were those banana huts. And the largest one was where the chief had sat you down and tried to marry off Taika.
I guess we'll see him if we see him. How are we gonna get this thing off the sand?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering too. Maybe was hoping for like a high tide or something, but
Can't you
Pushing
like
isn't-
pull the water up at your powers and
Oh yeah,
push the
hey.
boat back in?
actually that's
Can you
really
make your
smart. I
own
could
high
probably just
tide?
make some ice under it, and it'll just slip right back into the water.
I
Presumably,
like that ice.
yeah, it's pretty
There
smart.
you go.
It's
All right.
easy to do. Okay,
I'll
yeah,
help
let's
push.
let's try that.
Okay. Roll me a survival check as you try and move the current and ice kind of like a sled path. And are you guys pushing?
Yeah, I'll push.
I guess so. Guess we're leaving.
19.
Ooh, a 19. Yeah, so you get this thing all ready and you start to maintain this little sled path. Who's pushing? Roll me a strength check.
Put that glove on first.
15.
I'm never taking it off. Athletics check or just straight strength?
Athletics, actually. Yeah. Sorry.
I rolled a dirty 20.
18.
Hey, why you're so strong today?
18.
While I'm rolling, can I just like look around for a frog or it just to make sure if they're just random everywhere? Oh, we might need to bring one with us.
Does it look like we might be able to save the one the wildling or the merlings are torturing?
20.
I mean, they had that one on a leash of sorts,
Yeah.
like a twine leash. What did you get? 23? You haven't seen any of these frogs anywhere else. Just that one that they had on the leash.
And then I rolled a 4 for my strength check.
Okay. So Cornelia sits on your shoulders, Dresden, pushing.
Thank you.
Kind of like
Thank you.
putting her feet here and then pushing.
And it helps.
It's actually like holding onto the shield and pushing with my feet.
I'm not holding the shield too.
Oh, dang it. Fine.
I'm trying to do this on hard mode.
And you guys slowly just flip this boat slowly off of the shelf back into the water. And Kelwise is able to use his abilities to manipulate the water currents to kind of slip the boat away from the shore.
All right.
And you guys make it out into the water.
Really, it's too bad that those merlings can't speak, because finding someone with the name of Toddington probably would have been a lot easier.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, you said that he was missing near here, right?
Yeah. I
Sunfire
just checked my
Archipelago?
notes too. I had to go way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toddington?
And just a reminder, also, he is Larissa's basically adopted son, the leader of Edda's End. So if you're trying to talk the town into helping us with the war, maybe finding
Why
the
don't we
kid might
just
help.
do a circle around the island, maybe? Just kind of
Sure.
circle before we head back?
It can't hurt,
sure.
right?
I mean,
not
it could
that
totally
large,
get us
maybe.
killed, but why not? Let's go for it.
Well, everything could do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
literally.
Yeah,
Everything.
I'll be
everything.
honest. If we have to sail back through that whole menagerie of islands
crazy.
and stuff, that's more likely to kill us than anything probably right here. So
Oh, yeah.
I'd be happy just
And-
staying in the shallows for a minute.
Let's swing
And
around
as
the
a
block.
note, when you guys get back, you notice the crimson madness, that the fog, that red fog, has pretty much completely dissipated at this point. And you guys can see pretty far off, and you see that sphere is now whole again. That crack has been repaired,
Oh, nice.
holding
see
in the
a
crimson
castle?
madness. You don't, because that orb is filled with that red gas. Like very, very dense red fog. So you can't see anything inside the sphere.
Oh. Oh. It's clear to me now.
Took a
Is it
minute.
like
What
a-
we got there?
Frog flashback that you're having? Or?
No, I just it took me a moment to realize what was happening. I thought we were in the sphere, but there's an yeah. Okay.
Well, we were. There was 2 spheres.
Yeah. I guess.
Well, you were in a bubble
Yeah.
before because of Eddard. But the sphere itself was a much larger structure. So you guys are just going to do a loop around?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
You
keep
guys-
an eye out for any settlements or anything like that while we travel around.
You guys start to do a little loop around this island, and as you kind of start heading east around the island, you look up and you can see Eddard's giant form, a speck on the top of the mountain, slowly moving or not moving. It's hard to tell from this far away. He might be
Keep it
sleeping.
cool, boy!
Maybe we
Great.
should have put him off and used Featherfall on him.
And you guys start to cruise around the island, and it's not long before you start to see some debris, like a crate. On a small little, just bank to the north, not on the same island. One of the smaller, there's some islands that are maybe only 50 feet wide, just very, very small little sandbanks. And you just see a crate, a large wooden crate, just open, and the lid is gone.
What do we go there? Should we use the dinghy?
People?
Oh, hey,
Yes.
the dinghy again. Yeah,
We do.
There you go.
Okay, so you lower the
Make sure
dinghy
it's-
into the water,
Ding it.
and it seems to be watertight. It seems like Bray did a good job.
Fantastic.
I was worried there for a
And
minute.
so you row the dinghy out, and you look into this crate, and it has. It seems like there maybe at one point was some foodstuffs in here, but it seems to be haphazardly just torn apart. There's some rotting food and such. And you see a channel of islands going off into the north, and very far off Dresden. You're kind of looking around. You can see the lid itself kind of floating in the water far off to the north, as if someone had maybe used it as a raft of sorts for a small, short ways, and then maybe just abandoned it when it maybe wasn't working very well.
I think we're headed that way, friends.
Follow the path.
Okay. And you guys kind of wind north. And the islands themselves, there's a big shelf of very small islands, kind of just dotted along this. So you guys kind of have to give it a little bit more of a wide berth just because it's so shallow. And they head north and north, and then there's maybe a quarter-mile gap between when that ends, and then there's these massive, almost barren-looking area. A huge, almost rocky expanse that heads out into this big valleyed mountain range in this island. This island's it looks like an upside down V, as these two big mountain ranges just kind of collide, making a deep furrowed valley in between them. But the valley itself, not full of that giant green lush forest. It's more of a rocky, barren terrain. And there are trees and such here and there, but and you see that this big gap kind of goes forward. And Dresden, as you're kind of looking at this, you see a coat, a nice looking coat, way up on the shore, as if someone maybe swam this gap, abandoned the coat because it was just too heavy, on this big V-shaped island. And this island is maybe a couple miles wide. It's pretty large.
Head over.
Seems like the right direction.
Yeah.
Should I
All
call
right.
for him again?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, maybe yell out.
What was his name again?
Toddington.
You scream that out. And out from a small shrub, you see this 17-year-old boy, terrified, pops out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god, you're here, you're here. Oh, thank god, thank
We're gonna
god.
rescue you!
Oh, did mom send you for me? She probably did. She's not gonna be happy. No,
Yes!
she's not gonna
Basically.
be happy at
She's
all. She's not gonna be
worried.
happy, but you know what? You know what? I'm my own man, okay?
We're glad you're alive!
Yeah.
Just get in the boat.
Yeah.
Be a man
And
on
he
the boat.
steps out of the
Here,
bush, and
someone.
you notice he is completely nude.
Nice
Oh.
dick.
Oh,
Come on, get in the boat.
Why?
Oh yeah, you know, I was swimming through here, and there was, well, something very scratchy in the waters here, and
Yeah.
I had to just take it off. It's not.
All right,
it's
we'll get
not.
you some clothes.
I'm
I'm gonna go
sunburn.
rifle through Steve's clothes and look for something to give him. They look rough
kinda-
inside.
And he kind of looks around. You
Do
guys
have
haven't
Steve's
seen
clothes on the dinghy?
the big old
Eve.
the behemoth creature, have you?
I'm not on the dinghy.
No.
Oh, there's a creature! There's a creature around here!
Wait, does it have a
Yeah.
big horn?
There's a fly!
Yeah, it's like humongous. It was flying all around here. I think this island's its home.
But
Oh.
beware, like, I think I looked at it wrong and it got really offended and tried to kill me.
No, that's good.
I tried to jump in the water and I was swimming from channel to channel over here.
Yes,
there
we
like-
learned it hates being
boy.
offended. So
Is there like a time of day it comes around usually?
No, I've been hiding in that bush for about half a week now. You guys don't have anything to eat
Wow.
or drink, do you?
Yeah.
I
do
got
on the boat.
tons.
Come on.
Yeah. Great. I've been sucking the sap out of tree bark for a
Wow,
couple days
you
now.
are a survivor. I'll give you
Didn't even
that.
know that was the thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Well, it wasn't a thing until now, and it was my only resort, so it became a thing.
You didn't try like fishing?
Wouldn't tell that people at the bar. though.
Fishing? Well, I mean, I need fish would have been good. I got some of these shock fruit. I could
Oh,
survive
those
off
are
that.
nice.
Yeah. But something a little
Can
more
you bring some of
substantial
those
would be
on
nice.
board? We like those. Bring some of those. Get some of those.
Sure.
So
Hey.
do we just yell for the Okee KaNuka and
Yeah.
do we
Well,
have a
maybe-
harpoon thing?
Does
The
it
what?
come
Let's
at night or in
Yeah,
the
let's
day?
Let's
let's
move it
plan
forward.
that out a little bit more.
I didn't say I was
Yeah.
about to do it. I was asking what the plan was. Right, everyone?
plan's
Keep
to wait
your knickers out of
until
its
later.
twisties.
We need to find it sleeping.
If I might, maybe the plan is to like go back home.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
In a
After
bit.
our mission.
Yeah, we gotta
We gotta
need
cut the horn off that thing.
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait! What?
Yeah.
It's
No! I'm your mission. Getting me home
Yeah.
safe. That's your mission.
No.
You
No,
are
we almost.
you are
We
one
almost
of our
forgot about
missions.
you,
You
actually.
Yeah,
are
we pretty much forgot
a
about you.
mission, not the mission. You are a
You
mission.
can thank this guy.
You can
Rez,
actually
for
thank-
Oh my
saving
God.
you.
Yeah, you can thank Rez because we forgot about you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we were literally.
You know,
Yeah.
you're a very important chap. All right, you're a very important person. We saved you.
To someone.
We're gonna bring you back
But
home.
get him.
Don't worry.
Get on the boat.
Listen,
Yeah, let's go.
I
Let's
got
go.
an idea.
I'll be honest.
What if I
We
wait
went
back
through
on the
some trauma.
island? You guys do what you need to do and then come back for me.
We'll
If
probably
it's on
get
the
you.
way.
You'll
What about
probably
the
be dead
food?
by
How do you
then.
feel about bees?
Bees?
Yeah, throw them on the boat.
And it's just like, ugh. Ugh. And this kid's like scrawny. It's not just
Oh yeah,
We'll
because
find
that's
you.
really fit in
malnourished.
Steve's
It's-
clothes.
He's pretty
Fine, yeah.
scrawny, just naturally a scrawny, kind of lanky kid.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him my
Give him-
robe for now.
And you
Just-
see
feed
he
him
has
that.
like this this plethora of freckles across his face and this fiery red hair.
I wave down Slug. I just motion to the kid.
He's gonna eat the kid. He's gonna try to eat the kid now.
That's that kid's problem.
know exactly what you're talking about, Dresden.
That's terrifying.
Give
And
me
he takes
thumbs
the
up,
kid,
Go
gives
about
the
my
kid
day.
a look that chills the kid. You see his bones just kind of freeze, and Slug kind of leads him downstairs.
Oh God.
he means well, but he can't hear you. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, he can't hear.
I don't think he ever means well, guys. I don't know why you would say that.
Well, I mean,
He's
we give you
harmless.
the benefit of the doubt too. Hi. Anyway,
he just talks like a
Wow.
weirdo, but
should
he's
we
he's
start
harmless,
loading
really.
this harpoon thing? What do we
Yeah.
say?
So about that, right? So
Should I
if we
start
fire a
insulting this
harpoon
thing?
into the air, what's the end game? The harpoon hits it. There's a line trailing beyond it, and we hold on for dear life. Because
Well, yeah.
that
No,
doesn't
it
sound like it's
sounded
gonna work
like-
at all.
It
Right.
sounded like they tied it one end and then they climbed up the rope to it.
Well, the thing is, I think it fits up how many feet long?
If it's hundreds of feet long, it will just drag our ship.
It'll
around,
just take
and
our
us.
ship wherever. Yeah,
Do you think that
but
maybe?
we might not have another choice.
Do you think
We could
there's?
tie
Well, I don't think
Or-
you harpoon it from your ship. I think you have to get like a harpoon and harpoon yourselves onto it.
How are
And
you
then
going to
you
get your
climb up while it's
harpoon
flying?
hundreds of feet in the air while it's flying?
Yeah, he said there were smaller ones. Maybe we have to ride a smaller one to get on the bigger one.
I think you're making
guys-
it too. I think you're making it
You
too
think
complicated.
there's
I think we
just-
really just whip up a good insult. Trust has one, I'm sure.
I've
Do you
got
know
And-
the story of Jake Sully?
No, Cornelia, did you have to say something? Everyone's talking over you and I feel bad.
I'm just thinking animals usually shed their horns. What if there's just one laying around?
There's
What if
not.
we don't
I can
have to
guarantee you there's not.
chop
Then he
it
would
off?
have. Then he would have told us.
It also
Wow.
probably would have. It would have floated up into the sky and been gone for forever.
True, they fly, don't they?
So what you're saying is we need to get up into the sky because there might be one just floating there?
Yeah, and you know how we're gonna get into the sky? By
Well, we have an
riding the
owl.
biggest one.
How do
Start
we get
loading
on the
the,
biggest one?
You insult it. I shoot it. We're all tied to a rope, and we go wait.
And then we climb up the rope.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't like
The only
any of
problem
this.
is how do we get back down? So if we keep it tied to the ship,
We just fall
maybe
back
there's a
down.
chance we come back down. But there's also a chance we destroy the ship.
No, what if we just...
Oh wait, we have an owl.
We need 2 groups, right? We need 2 groups. We
Oh, we just
need
didn't
a
leave.
group on the ship and a group on the thing. Rezik has to go up, because then you guys can just... I'm really trying to get him to use Featherfall today. Y'all just jump
this
off with Featherfall.
This is the perfect time to use that. So it makes sense.
Down to the ship.
Okay. Alright.
And then Kelwise maintains the ship because he sounds terrified of going in the sky.
We can anchor the
So-
ship, right?
Right
You
here on
might
the
be
ground.
able to just plant us. Just anchor.
Well, that's a good
it.
idea. I didn't think about that.
You guys, we shouldn't. Okay, if we do fire off from the ship, then have somebody cut the rope as we're going up. Don't have it attached to the boat. It will literally just take that part of the boat with it because it's
Yeah.
way bigger than the boat.
You can anchor the
That sounds-
dinghy.
Well, we've got an owl. So worst case scenario, the owl flies us back down.
True.
Start tying a rope to the harpoon. I'm sure this is gonna work.
Mm.
What's the other
Okay.
end of... Never mind.
Can I just
It's-
look around for a
It'll be
horn?
I take the other end and I just start tying it around Rezik.
I'm looking for a horn. I'm looking for a horn literally
don't
laying on the
laugh,
ground in
Trust. I
front of
tied
us.
around Trust too. Who else is coming?
How are we supposed to climb if it's tied around us?
You can keep going. Don't worry about that. I'll be at the head of the line. Cornelia, you coming?
No, I want to look for a horn first.
All right, you look for the horn.
Cornelia's got
Trust.
the floaty cape.
Start insulting, not me.
Okay. I
Or
cast...
warm up with
Doing
me.
this, we're not doing this now, are we?
When
The
else
world's
are we gonna
falling
do it?
apart. What are we gonna do? Have lunch? Wait,
Let's
yeah,
have a
let's
long
have
rest
lunch.
first. We're all still damaged from the. We just went through a whole
I'm
place.
not.
and-
I'm
No,
fine.
I'm not. I just got, taken over. You want to wait till tomorrow?
I have half my spells, and also Cornelia and Kelwis are probably damaged as well.
I
I'm
do all
good.
right. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
They
I
aren't
could
even
use it.
coming.
I could,
They're
yeah,
just
it's
gonna
true.
stay on the boat.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
but
for a horn on the
Cornelia-
island.
Cornelia did really bad last time we had to do
Poorly.
a group activity, so maybe let her rest.
Let's give it
Yeah,
a
she
day.
can
The
stay on
world's
the
not
boat.
going to
It's gonna
fall
be
apart
great.
by tomorrow, presumably.
Alright.
If we go
And
to
if it
sleep with
does-
that kid on the boat, he's gonna murder us all.
No,
Why do you
he's
Didn't you
not.
see his eyes?
He's pathetic. Look at him.
He's harmless.
The
He's a nice
the
kid.
pathetic ones, the ones you have to worry about.
He looks
I'm-
like it's 2. It's
got
fine.
to-
I'm
ship.
gonna
Yeah.
go read my journal.
Just
Okay.
insult. Fuck you, you big fucking horny thing.
Yeah. You say that, but unfortunately, there's not much.
Fuck.
There's not much. The ethos doesn't respond. And
Oh,
Trust,
well.
you kind of settle in with Thunderwave onto the ship and start reading your book. Are you guys gonna just take a long rest here?
I guess.
Yeah. Also, let's get the crew. Let's everybody should start helping out making these little crystal necklaces because those are really important right now with the whole Crimson Madness disease
What do we
situation.
need those for?
Well, it staves off the madness for an indefinite amount of time. It's what the guy had before he exploded
Oh.
back a while ago. Yeah. Everyone
Okay,
wants
so you guys
one,
make
believe me.
you guys make a little a necklace. They're very trendy, the way that they're made. These crystals affect not only your aura, but they cleanse.
How many were we able to gather?
The crystals?
Yeah, how many
I mean,
necklaces
you-
can we make? Maybe.
I mean, you could make 100 necklaces from these.
Oh,
if you
nice.
wanted to. You just took a big piece of crystal and just broke it up. I mean, his crystal was very small. It was just a small piece.
Well, I'll get on making necklaces. I figure we're anchored, right? So
yeah. So you anchor.
Yeah.
You guys make it.
Make one each.
And there's
And you
no
guys
horns
kind of just-
on the island?
Do you want to go onto the island and
Yes.
explore? Okay.
Not very far, though.
Well, this island is like miles long, so if you want to go up into that curved valley, you're gonna have to go a couple miles inland.
Oh my gosh, that's always danger. Sounds like work. I'll stay on the boat.
All right, so you guys stay on the boat making necklaces, and just kick your feet up for a little bit. And Dresden's thumping quadriceps get a much rested, much needed rest.
Watching the sky.
Watching the sky for everything. Pretty quickly, Toddington eats his fill and then falls asleep in someone's cot. Let me roll for that.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cornelia. You find
I keep
Toddington
knives
in
in
your
mine.
cot.
If anyone heavier than me sits in my hammock, they get stabbed because it sinks lower.
Okay, so you find Toddington in a different bed, but you also find like knife wounds that have cut your hammock. 11. Oh, that works out. You find him in Pup's hammock, and Pup is just kind of sleeping on top of him. And he's just so tired, he just kind of accepted it. You guys rest. You guys make the necklaces. You guys get prepared. You guys take a long rest. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do?
Not immediately.
Okay, so you guys you get a good rest. The sun goes down, the stars come out, and it's a beautiful starscape here. The stars here are interesting. It's almost as if they move too fast. The stars themselves seem to kind of waver in the night sky here. And the sun comes up, and the next morning brings a fresh breeze blowing from the west to the east. And you guys get your long rest.
All right.
And
Get in front
Kelly,
of
you
the boat.
noticed
We're tiny.
your wounds weren't healing from that flame that you had been burned by. And you had remembered that Eddard had said that you needed to use magical means to cure those. So you and Trust kind of get together and use cure wounds, and it heals. It's almost though like it tries to resist. Your wounds try and resist your magic. They don't, but it's like fighting you.
They do this before the long rest, by the way.
Before the long rest. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, that's odd. But, you know, scars are pretty cool. Right? Right? Yeah.
Does it feel burning?
Not
still?
really scars. It's more of like just missing areas of your body. Doesn't look.
Well, it's kind of like
Scary.
scars. It's like, you know, scars by a different name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smell
Is it
just
unique?
as sweet, baby. They smell
Welcome
just as
to the
sweet.
club.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who amongst us isn't horribly maimed at this point, right? I mean, you got your hair back, I guess, and your body doesn't.
Feel
Do you still get the aches from the glass? Like the
Cornelia
shards
and
of
I were
glass in your body, Rosy?
eaten multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everyone here has had horrible, horrible things done to them, and so.
Or snack size.
True. We do, we do have this lesser restoration spell scroll that may be able to
We do.
help. I know that it's you and Pup are both damaged in this way, and you only have the one. You could try to go
didn't you
back to
say
town.
it
The healing
healed-
spell worked.
It worked. It was just
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Healing
cosmetic.
spells worked.
Look,
Is it permanent HP damage?
guys are
or
gonna
just
look like-
literally-
No, the
Just
healing
figured.
So I
spell
thought you
worked.
said
It
that
just,
it was fighting it, so I didn't think it worked.
He
but
said
okay, so it
it
worked. Great,
fought
great.
it, but it worked.
Great.
this
all right.
magic. overcame it, it just the normal means, like, it seems like these wounds just wouldn't have healed on their own. Without the help, without the aid of their magics, these wounds would have never closed, never healed fully.
Great.
It's almost as if this black flame didn't burn, but dissolved, melted away, disintegrated.
From that little lizard chap.
Yeah.
Need to watch out for that one next time.
Yeah, yep.
And that was a bad seraphim, he was saying? Like the seraphim was evil, or just the person holding on to it, maybe?
I wonder if it's that. If it's just like, it's with the bad guy, so it's being bad. Because we've all met very nice ones, and they've either been on their own or with nice people. So...
Yeah. That explains, like, all the seraphims, like, the thousands of seraphims trying to get in. It's because a bad person sent them, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they're not...
Maybe they just like seek and need like a person to connect with, and then they just behave however that person tells you, which is chaotic, I suppose. So
yeah.
So would that be symbiotic, or would that be?
I think.
But yeah.
Just like it's like having a sidekick.
Yeah. Interesting. It's an interesting thought.
I want
maybe. One. I'm sure you'll get one at some point. Everyone's getting these things inside of them.
Nice.
So
maybe this flaming lizard one.
That'd be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, could take over for him. Yeah. Oh.
Bitten fire. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That bad.
Well,
spitting bombs and spitting fire.
Yeah. Could you imagine? You're up on stage, you just finished playing, and you do your own pyrotechnics. Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah. All right.
Do we see one of
this floating dragon.
You guys are kind of anchored out off this island. The island to the north has a giant curved valley that winds up and in, kind of shrouding it from view. What's your plan?
We shoot this thing?
We didn't see it at any point while we were doing our long rest flying over. All right. Let me try this, and I'll cast Thaumaturgy. And can I do Thaumaturgy and Vicious Mockery at the same time?
No.
Is that possible? No?
They're two different spells.
Well, Thaumaturgy lasts for a minute, so within that minute, couldn't I do Vicious Mockery?
So you cast Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy is a spell. You cast it, and it has an effect, right? Like, it makes your voice boom, right?
Yes.
So you make your voice boom.
Yes.
And there are effects that can last longer.
Uh-huh.
Can you slow down your voice? Or no, that's
they're two different spells. So it's
right.
like you.
But neither of them are concentration, so
Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
For up to a minute.
Up to a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I read that differently. You're right.
Plenty of time to yell a lot of insults.
I apologize. Well, 3 times as loud. Trust is pretty loud.
I put some wax in my ears.
Okay. So you cast Thaumaturgy. Your voice echoes with a majesty. And
yeah. And
What
so
does
I
it sound
can't do
like?
Vicious Mockery at the same time?
I mean, your Vicious Mockery still has the same range, but
Yeah,
you still
I
can.
know.
Yeah,
I
sure.
just, I if it
Yes.
if it was feeling like it wanted to ignore me, if I wounded a little, maybe I can't. It won't ignore us. All right. I kind of just start out with like a because it's fun.
And the boat itself kind of rocks back and forth.
Okay.
All right, you ooey gooey Okee KaNuka, Smookadooka. What are you doing, you coward, hiding from us? Come out here, you big lumpy lug of cloud junk.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I signal to them that Is anything
You say that.
happening?
Nothing
What
happens
is
at
this
first.
music?
And you start to feel the water start to shake. The waves themselves start to ripple. And that giant valleyed mountain, the mountain itself begins to shake and move. As at the end of the mountain, what looked like a giant slab of rock ahead, dust comes off, and the mountain itself rears its head.
Oh, we
and
could have
looks
just climbed the
directly
mountain.
in your direction.
Now I knew it was on the island,
There it
guys.
What are you guys doing?
I look at Dresden. I did my part.
So,
and
should we just watch it and see what happens first, or
it slowly
keep
starts
yelling
to
at it.
float into the sky, and this big, massive tail. This thing is long like an eel. It's got these huge.
Just start pointing at Trust.
Protrusions
Maybe I
down
should be
its
on
side,
the owl
and
flying
it's got
away
these
from the ship while
huge
I do this.
clawed arms that come out, and on top of its head, this massive horn. You can see it's about the same length as the boat.
Oh God!
how on earth are we going to cut something that large off?
With the shield,
Oh, shit.
you
With
reverse
the
And I
shield.
go and I grab the. I grab
Your tools.
And you remember
look
they had
around
said
at them.
with Gongor and Mallet, it would help you
Do it.
Here it
knock
is.
this thing off.
Yeah.
Very important.
I tie the
I
rope to
feel
them
like
too.
I feel like I should jump on the owl and fly away from the boat while I insult it. Otherwise, it's gonna just like come right at us.
No, fine,
I
look, do it.
agree.
Just bring it
Yeah.
by. Just bring it by.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you jump on the owl. Ooh. It takes off. And
Very
you start
smart.
insulting this thing, and it takes a few seconds.
You stupid honka chonka slate rock! What do you think you're doing?
These are great. These are really
Both
good.
of its hands
Oh, I need to write this down. Later.
grab the mountain, and slowly it starts moving itself forward as its body starts floating in the air, slithering back and forth and back and forth, and it starts to take flight after Trust, and this giant shadow blocks out the sun as it starts to pass the boat, chasing Trust. And Trust, the owl, is moving fast, and this thing is keeping pace with it as it's almost waiting, savoring the moment. It's not pouncing, it's just following you easily. Its face, taller than a building, the tallest building you've seen. Dresden, it starts to pass by, putting a shadow on the boat.
Soon
You've
as it's
got
in range.
Gongor, right? Or you've got Mallet.
Mm-hmm.
Who's taking Gongor?
Well, I tied him to
Yeah.
the rope.
Okay.
I figured we can't.
Yeah, yeah.
fucking-
You just tied all the rope. Okay.
Yeah, it's all
Those
just
are
on the
dangling. And cool,
Fucking hope this rope
roll me an
falls.
attack. Roll me an attack to hit this thing in between one of its massive scales.
While they're doing that, can I attempt to cast charm on it?
Sure. Roll charm.
It's a 19.
A 19.
What do I? Yeah.
That thing goes off and clink, it hits. And Rezik and Dresden, for a very small second, you're just waiting.
Remember to hit the line when we leave.
Oh, you guys launch off, and
Our
you,
heads snap off.
Cornelia and Cowwise, you see their bodies just kind of floating behind it as they just start heading off southeast, just going.
Did we follow?
Yeah, let's try to stay behind or underneath them, at least.
All right,
so
guys,
it's
you turn the boat.
catch 'em.
And
They
start
fall.
slowly moving after them. What is the charm check? Is it a wisdom save?
I don't know because I don't actually. I never added this spell because we did it weird. Like I don't have a slot
Let's
to
see.
put it in.
It rolled with advantage a 19 and a 20.
Yeah, I did not. Nope.
So unfortunately, because you are basically insulting it and then trying to charm it,
yeah,
it
that's tough stuff.
its eyes, these huge eyes on the side, locked onto you, just have murderous intent all over them. Meanwhile, Dresden.
It's going well.
Both you guys roll me athletics checks to try and pull yourself up this rope.
I've got the glove on. Can I get advantage?
Oh, with the glove, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, are you holding on
16.
to mallet?
No, that's tied to the rope. They're both tied to
Okay.
the rope at like the bottom of the rope.
Okay, and you're gonna
So
pull the
those
rope
things
up.
are
Okay,
fucking
sure.
whipping around. It must be terrifying.
Yeah.
19 again.
Oh, 19. Dresden easily kind of just
advantage.
you just kind of pull yourself and everyone behind you on the rope. You just pull
Yeah.
it all up.
It's like that
And
scene
you,
in
you get
Princess
over?
Bride when he's like
Yeah,
going
yeah.
up the coast of insanity with everyone.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Rezik, what'd you get?
Scene.
I got a
Athletics.
16.
A 16. Okay, Rezik's right behind you, and you guys get up on top. You start pulling all that gear up
is it make a
onto
sticky
the back
noise?
of this
Why-
thing. And these
Why is this rope
big-
so wet?
These big, oily scales covered in dirt
Primer
and
hooks
mud
sit
from
on
just sitting where it was. You guys make your way on top. Daye, this thing getting closer to you, its claws kind of hovering. And then one of them kind of just swipes at you. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, or roll me a acrobatics. You're on the back of this owl. You're trying to steer it. You look back, and this massive claw, the size of a boat, comes and tries to swat you out of the air.
Acrobatics, 13.
13. Like a
Get this owl killed.
cannonball. You see Trust's body just go up, up, up in the air, and the owl beneath you, poof, back into the figurine of power. Now, Rezik, you see this happening far off in front of you. Meanwhile, Cornelia, Kelwise, you guys
Can't I
are
ever
trying
roll
to. You guys are trying to steer this boat.
So it,
Go, Wesley.
I'm like watching for anybody
You
to
see
like
this happening in
fall.
front of you. Move
So,
Fall, okay.
like, yeah, so I'm like gonna go catch anybody that's like falling out of the sky.
back.
Hopefully.
Okay, well,
With
you're
my-
following behind, and Trust has just been knocked up. Okay. Yeah. So, Kelwise, roll me a perception check, because it's kind of hard to see with this massive snake-like creatures slithering in the sky around you. Cornelia as well, perception check.
Could I have cast Featherfall? Sorry, you moved on before I could do anything about it.
Well, how
He'll get
far can you
back,
cast
kids, don't
Featherfall?
worry.
Okay, all right. Okay. 60 feet.
60 feet. No, she's like way
All right,
off.
all right.
There's
Cool.
no way that
I like to have
Featherfall
the
would affect
option
her
at
right now.
least to
Yeah.
talk about it. All right, cool. We're good.
Cornelia, Kelwise, what'd you get?
12.
22.
A 22. So, Kelwise, you see the whole thing. You see the ka-doom, and you see Trust kind of, and you see Trust.
Do you see anybody?
Yes, Trust. Falling through the air. Cornelia, go. Right there.
Okay, Cornelia, roll me a. So
Superman.
immediately, yeah, you get your cape out. Roll me a sleight of hand to try and launch yourself to try and catch Trust. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Rezik, Dresden, you guys get on top of this thing, and it has just swatted at Trust. Both of you guys roll me a dexterity saving throw to kind of hold your footing with advantage since you're kind of holding onto the rope still.
28 for sleight of hand.
Oh, Jesus.
Dirty 20.
Oh,
Dirty
geez,
20?
10.
A 10. Dresden starts sliding
Got him.
back down. Rezik, roll me
Sliding.
another dexterity saving throw. Cornelia, you shoof like a rocket, shoot off into the air, and you
Yeah.
grab onto Trust's falling body. The second you do that, And Trust, roll me a dexterity saving throw to try and catch on to Cornelia, because Cornelia's trying to steer the cape. Rezik, what'd you get?
16.
A 16. So Dresden, you instantly fall down it and you start sliding, and Dresden grabs onto your foot and keeps you from falling off. Meanwhile, we lost one. Here's my. There's double Jaymes right now. Here Jaymes is right now.
Look at the man behind the curtain.
All right. Yeah.
No, too many Jaymes.
No. You can literally see behind the curtain.
I don't know what happened.
There we go.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. I don't know. Whatever. We never claimed to be any good. So you guys are going. You guys are. You've got Dresden by the. There it goes again.
Daye, quit it.
Daye, we told you to stop breathing. Okay. You've got Dresden by the foot. Dresden, you managed to stand up. You guys see that Cornelia runs over and grabs Trust as they're falling through the sky. Poof. What'd you get, Trust?
9.
A 9. Cornelia, you kind of just crash into Daye. Daye, Trust. You crash into Trust.
Daye rolls bad. Trust suffers.
And Trust grabs onto you, but in a way that makes it very, very, very hard for you to fall. At the same time, Rezik, Dresden, Telwise, you notice this thing kind of just starts making this incredible 180-degree turn straight towards Cornelia. Rezik, you and Dresden now have Gongor and Mallet, and the head is a few hundred feet up. Roll me an athletics check to see if you guys can kind of trudge through here. Dresden, you've got advantage with the glove. You're kind of just pulling this. Now, are you going to keep everything connected to the rope and you're going to pull yourselves forward?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think so.
And what's up, Rezik?
It didn't get distracted by a harpoon in its side?
Well, the harpoon kind of just hit between the scales. It doesn't even look like it
Like a
pierced the
toothpick
skin.
in its side, honestly.
Well,
Yeah.
athletics, 25.
What was that, Rezik?
I got a 15, but I was gonna ask, while this is happening, can I cast a spell to try to help them? Can I cast
What
Phantasmal
spell?
Force?
Phantasmal Force on the
And make
creature?
and try to make it see another, make it imagine that they're actually over in the opposite direction from where they actually are.
Okay. To cast a spell on the back of this thing is going to be incredibly hard, especially since you're barely holding on while this wind is going crazy. So you can attempt to cast it, but you may slip and fall off. That would be...
This never seems to matter, but just so you know, I'm a warcaster and I'm able to cast spells with only one hand if I have to.
Yeah, you can try and steady him, but you wouldn't be able to make any progress towards the head if that's what you guys are going to do.
Fuck it. Fuck the head.
Okay, so you hold on to him, Rezik, and steadies you. Phantasmal Force.
Gotcha.
What's the save?
Yeah. It's I think it's an intelligence. Let's see. I think I'm pretty sure intelligence save. It's a intelligence save.
Okay, let's see. It rolled a 16. What's your save?
Just one above mine. Shoot. Okay.
It's a 15.
Well, had to try.
Unfortunately, yeah. You see this thing. This thing is weirdly. Rezik, you try and reach into its mind, and this thing, despite looking like of some sort of fish creature hybrid lizard thing, it's surprisingly intelligent. This thing has like a scarily strong grasp on its cognitive functions. I guess it would be something that would surprise you. And as it fights off your spell, you kind of notice, yeah. You notice that it kind of shakes off as if it knows what you just did a little bit, like it's aware of you back there.
Yeah,
but you also know that smart enough that like Phantasmal Force might have a strong effect if it does take purchase. Meanwhile, this thing turns straight towards you, Cornelia, in the air. Again, starts to follow, takes its hand, and like it's playing with like a cat with a ball of yarn. Another hand comes out. Roll me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage since Trust is kind of like wrenching you back and forth right now.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Dex save with disadvantage 9.
You guys always roll the worst.
Well, I rolled great. I rolled a 19 and a 2, so.
Ooh. Cornelia is bat like a ball with Trust. The two of you start going flying the other direction, just sailing through the air. Cornelia, roll me Trust, roll me a dexterity saving throw. Let's see if you hold on. And Cornelia, roll me another dexterity saving throw to see if you can kind of right yourself. Cornelia with disadvantage since you just were smacked by a giant claw. Kelrise, roll me a perception check.
Hellrise.
Dex
Kelrise.
save.
Yes.
17.
Go rise up.
17.
I rolled a nat 20 and then a fucking fucks. 22. I rolled a 22 though.
22. Trust?
17.
17. So Cornelia kind of catches themselves, but Cornelia, the entire Trust, you can see the entire right side of Cornelia's face and shoulder are just this purplish bruised color already. It seems like the thing just smacked her.
Can I, since I'm like holding on to her, can I like, as soon as I see it, just be like, I'm sorry, and like cast Cure Wounds?
Sure. You cast Cure Wounds and Cornelia, like,
sorry!
And it's too early to even feel it yet, Cornelia. It just feels like the right half of your body is numb, but you do feel that tingling magic flowed in. Kelwise, what'd you get for a perception check?
22.
A 22. So Kelwise, keeping up with this creature as it's swirling back and forth, cuts left to try and get closer to where Trust and Cornelia might land. Keeping up. At the same time, Rezik, Dresden, you're on its back. What are you guys doing?
Good shot, but keep moving forward.
The question: the old guy was hard to understand. So, do we need to have just one person use the mallet and the shield and just take it off with both, or you need to have like two people doing it in tandem?
Well, only one person. I mean, like it required everything Dresden had to hold the mallet, even with the glove. So he.
If I make him large, could he hold both?
He might be able to. Yeah.
So do you want me to be large, or you to be large?
He's
Because
like,
I can help you
how
out.
can
or I
I
help you
not
out.
be in this equation?
Yeah, exactly.
How can I be as far from danger as
Well,
possible?
either I could be a muscly boy with you, or you could be a
So
big
I
muscly
cast
boy.
Featherfall on myself and tell Dresden good luck.
I can barely pick up the shield right now. I need to either use enlarge myself or on you. Which one do you want?
Probably you. Probably you.
All right, enlarge myself then. Let's do this. Muscly boy.
Will we be
got
able
this,
to get there
Regan.
in time? Are we still hundreds of feet away? How far away are we?
Yeah, you guys are a couple rounds maybe away from making it there right now.
Okay.
So you
Alright.
you cast
But if he
enlarging
did it-
yourself,
Oh,
Rezik?
Yeah, I become muscly boy and I help with
become-
the shield.
Muscly boy, and yeah, and you can now hold the shield still with two hands because it's heavy, and you're still not like you're bigger, but like the Rezik muscly boy is not quite the same as the Dresden muscly boy, right? It's just
Yeah, I am twice my size, but all right, fine.
it's a
Just weaken me,
proportional
even though I'm
thing.
stronger. It's fine. That's totally fine.
You read a lot of books, then. You read a lot of books.
yes. Yeah, and the weight
I did read
of
a lot
those
of
books
Yeah,
on your
great.
arm and that constant tension changing through that slow twitch muscle just kunking in right now.
So
You
I'm
grab the
really
shield,
big, but I'm like,
and both of you guys roll me a.
this is so weird. I'm larger now. Wait, my voice. My voice. What the hell? My voice.
Both of you guys roll me an athletics saving throw. And Kelwise, you're trailing along after them. Is there anything you want to do while they're flailing about, other than just follow steadfast?
Attempting to sail as fast as possible. Yeah, at one point in time, I hollered out to Steve to maybe reload the harpoon. You know, in the event we need to like fire another one up there, and I just had him at the ready.
Steve starts to loads the harpoon. Luckily, he knows siege engines pretty well. He's kind of an engineer himself, so he manages to do that.
Kind of.
Yeah, he manages to do that. Rezik, Dresden, what'd you guys get?
25.
16. Ooh, a 25. Oh, and a 16. And Rezik, that's with advantage since you're a muscly boy.
Yes.
With an asterisk.
Yeah, it actually was.
Okay. Okay.
We're still getting there. We're getting there.
You guys make good time with Dresden kind of pulling you, and Rezik, you with a 16. You guys make way more ground than would have seemed possible for normal people without the aid of all these magics and stuff. And you guys, even though the wind is going straight against you, like cutting off the top of this thing's body, you guys manage to push through the wind, and you make it pretty close to the head. Now the head itself is wobbling back and forth as it slithers, probably moving more than most of the body, as this is like an unstable area. This thing slithers back up. Trust, Cornelia, up. There goes Trust again. Trust, Cornelia. What are you guys doing? You guys see that this thing is coming back?
It's your turn. Nope.
I don't know what's happening. I literally don't know what's happening. Like, my computer is like...
Tony!
Yeah, it literally...
Tony! Cornelia, is there anything you want to do while this thing's coming
well,
towards you?
I assume we are just trying to avoid it, but somewhat keep it distracted so that Rezik and Dresden can do their thing, and try to keep it above the boat. So all of that, if possible.
Okay. Trust, are you going to do anything? This thing
I'm
starts
just trying
to
to
slither towards you as you're looking.
From eating us.
And you see its mouth just start to slowly...
I'm holding a dodge, basically, and then whatever Trust wants to do.
And this thing could eat.
If you both get
in
eaten.
one fell swoop.
So what if I...
Holding a dodge. I just want to clarify.
Okay.
So if I cast Thunder Wave...
Yes! That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
towards it, it would also propel us so quickly away from it.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah. You've done it before and it's worked on the ice sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. So this thing
sheet.
comes to bite you, and in his mouth opened 100 feet below you and 100 feet above you. This thing is just massive. It's almost as if you can't even feel. And then Cornelia, you're trying to like steer away from it, and even when you're kind of like floating away, it's still catching up to you. And then Cornelia, you feel this giant rocket.
It's like, hold on!
Thunder
I'm
wave.
holding onto her. So.
Explodes out. Cornelia, roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage as you guys explode out. Meanwhile, Rezik, Dresden, you guys run up to the head. Rezik, you're big enough now to hold the shield, probably 2 hands. It's still massively heavy. This thing is just.
It wasn't done rolling.
It's even though you're large, it's still like a tower shield size. Cornelia, what'd you get?
23.
23.
Nice!
Yeah. This thing, mouth open, is just as it closes, right through these 2 massive front teeth, right out the front. As you just see Cornelia and Trust's face just kind of.
Does it whistle?
Because of the wind, just kind of. Yeah, and.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you guys see this whistling combo start to fly through the air. Rezik, Dresden, you guys are there at the head.
I just make eye contact, like you holding it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
All right.
Yeah. So
Dresden?
I guess I would place the shield like right against it. Magic Man and the Judge too.
So you start to hold this thing up, and before you can even really hold it up and get ready and brace yourself, you look over and you see Dresden's already. Oh, this thing goes, and every one of you just hears this that echoes. The water itself explodes out. The creature starts to writhe, screams out. Cornelia, you thought you were going fast before. You rocket off somewhere. You are now at the horizon. Kelwise, your boat almost starts going straight backwards, this giant tidal wave. And Rezik and Dresden at ground zero of this shockwave. Well, we're going to find out what happens next week.
You bastard.
Darn it.
I'm sorry I lost the owl.
No, it comes. It's just a magical owl. You're
Well, the
fine.
figurine disappears. It turns
drops
back into a figurine and it drops.
Wood
fuck.
floats,
All right,
though.
well-
Wood floats. Wood floats. Wood
Wood
floats.
does float.
Wood floats. Wood floats.
Yeah. We'll just
There is
find,
a chance.
We'll just find a nugget of wood in the ocean. I'm
Dang.
sure it'll be super easy.
James realized that he gave us too much power and he took it away. It's not your
I'm not
fault.
gonna lie, it did cross my mind. I was like,
gonna
"They're gonna ride
happen.
the owl, are they?" It'd be a shame if it were to fall into the ocean.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
but-
they can't be too
Yeah, well,
strong.
our boat would have gotten, our ship would have gotten destroyed if I had stayed on that. It would have.
Well, that's
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
You lost an owl, but you gained a boat.
We had it.
You already had the boat.
We did.
The same boat, really.
You gained a non-broken boat.
True.
We
Um,
avoided.
It's like
murder.
Thor being
Then
like,
again,
"Take my
you
ship,"
know,
and it's like, "That's
it would
actually
have
my
been
ship." That's mine.
it would have been Kelwise's role and not Trust's role, so you might have still had.
If we all go to look, we might
Yeah.
find it. We might find the owl.
We'll look around.
yeah.
We'll look around.
Pup has really good eyesight. Pup
Thank you,
has-
everyone,
Yeah.
for hanging out
Oh,
with us.
also you
on
can detect
Monday.
magic, Cornelia. So yeah.
Yeah, see, we're
Yeah.
good.
Ooh,
We're
Cornelia
gonna
might be able
find
to
it.
sniff it out.
We can both be on the other
Give
end of the ship. Yeah, looking for
Cornelia
it.
some gills, and they can jump into the water, and Cornelia can like sniff out in
Yeah.
the
There
ocean
you go.
like a shark.
Just get my arm around and
Um,
push Cornelia through the
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much for hanging out with us on a Monday night as we. I don't even know what we do. I'd like to say we play Dungeons and Dragons,
chaos.
as you know.
We just hang out and
As we
talk
invite
a
in
lot.
Pandorus into our real lives.
Yes.
We'll be back on Friday with our DM office hours at 6 p.m. Pacific if you want to come hang out and chat. We just talk about anything tabletop related, and sometimes we don't talk about anything tabletop related.
Sometimes.
It's a good time, so join us for that. If you want to catch more of our campaign, we're on Instagram. We are on Instagram.
YouTube.
Oh, we have you can catch up on our VODs on YouTube and check out
We
some
have
of
a
our clips
podcast.
on
Where do we find the
on
podcast, Bobby?
There we go.
Pretty
in
much
the
everywhere
about section
podcasts
below.
are,
What?
In the about section below, if you want to listen to the podcast instead of listen to the YouTube
Watch
video.
the YouTube.
Yeah, watch the
You wanna
YouTube
Watch the YouTube
and
two
listen to the
times.
podcast. Wow. Yeah, check out our TikTok if you want some highlights and clips. They're pretty fun.
good.
And we'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific to find out if Rezik and Dresden still have bones, or else they just maybe they liquefied.
I did have wax in my ears though, so I may be dead. but
Oh.
hopefully I'm not deaf.
Well,
Wow.
It's a good point. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a good week. And we will see you next Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific for more of our Aventide campaign. Have a good night. See you next time.
Sweet dreams.
Magic
Good night,
Man and the
old.
Judge.